your goal, we reach more consumers in your target area than anyone else. And we can give you access to those potential customers more cost-effectively across radio, digital, podcasting, and social. We'd love to show you how iHeartMedia can work for you. Get started today at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
Happy New Year from Tools Ace Hardware. Well, it's a great time to think about bringing something new to the backyard. Thankfully, Tools Ace Hardware carries the best brands and grills from Weber, Big Green Egg, Traeger, and Napoleon. And they also have pizza ovens from Uni and Gosney. Plus, you want to make sure everyone has a place to sit. Do that with outdoor furniture from Pollywood. Plus, get free assembly and delivery when you shop in-store at any of the Tools Ace Hardware's 12 convenient Central Florida locations, or when you shop online at toolsacehardware.com. It's Tools Ace, your local helpful place.
Victim of a slip and fall? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar and Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In Office Orlando.
Hi, welcome to IKEA and our winter sale. Hi. We've got hundreds of offers with up to 70% savings across the store.
Wait, did you say 70%?
Yes.
My kids love playing dress up. Can you help us get organized?
Ooh, yeah. Check out our offers on dressers and storage.
Ooh, what about bath towels?
Yep.
Comforters, pillowcases?
Yes and yes.
I think I need a bigger cart.
Visit IKEA-USA.com/winter sale for details. Offer valid dates may vary. U.S. only while supplies last. Selection may vary by store and online. See store and IKEA-USA.com/winter sale for complete terms. Restrictions apply.
Let me tell you a story. I had a client who got injured. He only asked for the insurance company to cover his rent for 3 months. They said no. We ended up getting him $325,000. Just call Mo. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorneys. Prospective client may not obtain the same or similar results.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window, and we would like to manufacture and install your windows. Every single New South window is custom manufactured just for your home. Now you can buy 2 windows and get the third absolutely free.
Call 1-800-NEW-WINDOWS or visit newsouthwindow.com.
Men, are you suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE? The medical providers at Premier Men's Medical Center offer breakthrough treatments that eliminate problems in the bedroom without pain or surgery. 98% of men see instant results on their first office visit. Listen to a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Premier Men's Medical Center offers breakthrough medical treatments that eliminate ED and PE. Men are even lasting 90 minutes or longer, regardless of age or medical history.
But that's not all. For a limited time only, call Premier Men's Medical Center now, and your initial consultation and first treatment are completely free. You'll see instant results right in the office. You'll even get a gift that enhances your performance in the bedroom. All this, worth hundreds of dollars, is free if you call now. 407-723-7135. 407-723-7135. That's 407-723-7135.
On the app or in-store, Orlando runs on Duncan.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you deserve better. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Radio 104.1.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers.
The News Junkie is on.
The 3 best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day.
The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Tuesday, January 2nd, 2024. Lots to get to today, from the first live show of 2024 to the Sugar Bowl flash seen around the world and a terror investigation in Rochester. Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Hello there.
Hello, C-Lane.
What's happening?
And hello to you. You can join us on the show. All you have to do is send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch today. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right into the studio in real time. It is, friends, a Share the Show Tuesday. Yeah, That's right. The first Share the Show Tuesday of 2024 has arrived. And, of course, that means you spread the word about this show. Tell people about the News Junkie Radio Show and where you're listening to it. Send a link to the podcast. Whatever you got to do to get the word out there on a Share the Show Tuesday. How was your break, both of you?
Good.
It was great. You know, almost went by too fast.
Yeah?
Almost did. I was kind of like, oh, yeah, we're doing this thing this morning. Got it.
It took me a little while to get into the mode that I really love during the long holiday break. That mode is where you have no idea what day it is.
Yeah, that's the greatest.
That's December 26th to about December 30th. No idea what time or day it was.
And that and the combined with my wife's been on maternity leave for quite a bit now. The only thing that kept her knowing what day it was me getting up and going to work for 5 days a week. So she was extra confused.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that happens once a year. It only happens during this break, and you wake up and you stretch out a little bit, and you go, what is it, Wednesday, Friday? I have no idea. And that is one of my favorite things about the holiday break. We've got a ton of stuff to get into. You guys had a good Christmas all around?
Yeah, it was great. I really did not stop moving the moment we got on break, even just like the moment it hit December 1st.
Didn't you on Friday, the last show of 2023, didn't you fly out like right after that or something?
Yep. I went to Cleveland for a couple days, then got back, and then went to South Florida for Christmas and hung out with the fam there, then got back, and that was around the time where I had no idea what day it was. Did a couple things, and then boom, here we are back in the studio. But it was lovely.
Did you get anything good for Christmas? Anything that stands out as a great Christmas present?
I'm about to nerd out, but there is I got a retro typewriter Bluetooth keyboard that I really love.
Say that again, because there was a lot of stuff in there.
With a mechanical action?
Yes, mechanical action. Like I feel like one of those. Yeah, see, here we go, breaking news, hot on the wire. But I got it from my iPad, and
all right, hold on. You got a retro typewriter Bluetooth keyboard.
Right. So instead of having like the paper and the ink, it just attaches to my iPad.
There's like a whole group of people on the internet that like are just elevating the old school keyboard that makes a lot of noise. Like the one I have in here, it doesn't make that much.
Oh, but still.
That's nothing. You're like, they want like 10 times the noise. I'm talking about like an old IBM compatible 8086 processor. That thing, tinkle, tinkle.
Well, guess what, folks?
Button.
In 2024, the News Junkie is going to be all about keyboards because that was my favorite gift that I got as well.
You got a keyboard too?
Got a keyboard too. A clickety-clack keyboard. And
guys, you're not going to believe this. I got a Bluetooth mouse.
Oh, maybe next year, though. That keyboard is so close. It's going to happen for you, I think.
I mean, is this a sign of how old we are now that we just get the joys out of a cool keyboard?
I asked for a label maker, so that was probably one of the things.
This show is doomed.
We are.
Here's the thing. We have a problem in my family for Christmas when it comes to trying to give lists to other family members to buy us stuff. If Ashley wants something, she's going to buy it. She's not going to ask. She's not going to wait till the nearest holiday where somebody could get it for her. She's just going to buy it. So, and I'm somewhat the same way. So then I have to sort of create things for the list. And I was like, I probably wouldn't buy this label maker myself, but I kind of want to have it. So I'll give that to my. I'll let my dad buy me that.
And a label maker's not so sexy that I'm really dying to get it right this second. I can wait.
When we go to your house next, though, it's going to be full of labels.
No, you won't even care about the labels because the Christmas present that Ashley and I bought each other is now the center of attention in my house.
What is
that? Next to the baby.
What's that?
And that is the 86-inch television that is currently hanging above my fireplace.
This guy and his new television, this is truly the center of the world. I think it surpassed Jackson. Your baby's now number 2 on the list. The TV is number 1, I think, right now.
Little Jack will never know living in a place that is not also a movie theater.
Oh, man. There's so many things that happened over the break, but I'll tell you what. I woke up and I was like, yep, it's still the same world that we're living in. I said, we've closed out 2023,
And 2024 has arrived. And all of 2023, I had like the worst luck. I had all of this stuff going on, all these bad things that were happening one after another. Most of it like behind the scenes stuff. And I said, oh, I'm so excited to get on to 2024. It's going to be my year. It's going to be good luck. Everything's going to come out on top for
Tell
Sean.
me you're not the meme where it goes, already effed up, 2025 is my year.
I didn't F up anything, thank God. But this morning, I'm like just getting ready to do the show prep, getting ready for our first show of the year. And I get horrible news. And I'm like, oh, my God, are you kidding me? And it's just, I said, I guess this is going to be one of those years you just got to muscle through as well. It's not going to be a perfect 2024.
It happens off the top, and then everything is good from here on out. You just
hopefully
knock out the bad stuff.
Yeah, there's only one way to look at this, and that's the optimistic way. So we'll do that. And also for New Year's, did you guys end up doing anything? Oh, I know Selena burnt a forest down or something.
No, I didn't burn down any forest. I went to a lantern festival where we released lanterns.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, where'd those lanterns go?
Into the air.
And where do they go eventually?
They end up in
flaming lanterns
they end up in a field. They burn out before they even hit the ground. And they end up in a field. And then the people that throw the lights festival, they have a bunch of like tractors and stuff that they go and they gather them all up. And, you take only pictures and leave only footprints kind of thing.
Right. That's what they tell you. That's the nice side of things. Bad side of things. I saw a guy... there's a YouTuber who did this in like South America or something, and he's hanging out with his family that he met randomly, and they're like, today's the day when we release lanterns. And so they got this big-ass lantern, and they release it, and it went like 4 feet before it crashed into a tree and lit the whole tree on fire.
I love that.
Here we go.
It says
Here
a lot.
nothing.
Does your wish still count?
Even more so.
They had for the one that we did, they had the fire department was there. There were like multiple fire trucks like kind of on hand in case something went wrong. And then they kept saying like, before the big launch, we have to do a test launch where we just throw one of them up there, and then the fire department has to watch it and then go, all right, you're good to go. Like I don't know,
time and a half for that.
I don't know what they were looking for.
Yeah.
In particular, like maybe to see that the wind was going in the right direction, going at the right speed. But all in all, the moment that they like counted down and everybody started throwing them up in the air, it was beautiful. I mean, it was really cool.
Did you cry a little bit?
It was. I didn't release.
You've been crying a lot.
I didn't release a tear, but the other people around me did.
Right.
I like, as you're talking about this emotional moment, you did a thumbs up, so there was a thumbs up on your video camera as well.
I keep forgetting about that.
Yeah, I feel like you're getting a little squishier. You're getting a little softer. This Jackson.
That's part of the New Year's resolution. Is the
Oh, is it really? Okay.
To wear your heart on your sleeve?
No, not cry more. I'm talking about the squishier part.
To be squishier?
No,
to not be squishier. He's heading to that. Oh, I see.
Anyone doing dry January?
No. No, I can't do that right now. I dropped too many things at once, so I cannot toss in
How's
that.
not smoking?
Not fun, especially after news I got this morning. All I wanted to do was run outside and like light 18 cigarettes at the same time.
We lost another team member.
Yeah, I stopped smoking about 8 days ago,
You
9
haven't
days
had
ago.
one cigarette, not even one puff.
Nope, not even a single
Good for
one.
you, Sean.
We stopped
Makes me want a
when
cigarette right now.
I stopped when I went to New Orleans, and I was like, there's going to be tough things. Like I usually smoke before the show. There's like different times where it's like built into my schedule, but each of them I'm like, I've gone this far. What the hell? I'm not going back on this now. But yeah, I haven't been smoking for 8 days now. Might as well just keep going with that. So I definitely am not stopping with the drinking right now. I may turn it on even more. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a little break. We'll start the show as we normally do, putting our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse, all that good stuff, and kick off 2024. We'll talk about whether or not we have any New Year's resolutions. We'll see what you have for us. We got some announcements. We got all kinds of stuff on the way today. Very, very busy show as we kick off 2024 here on The News Junkie. So do join us. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on your first dispatch right now. All that and so much more coming up next on The News Junkie.
If you're going to give up your personal information to a giant, merciless corporation, Might as well listen to something good. So tell Alexa to play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Travel with caution. Authorities are clearing up an accident on Severin Boulevard eastbound at Fern Park Boulevard. The left lane is blocked. There's a bit of delays on some major roadways this morning. Florida's Turnpike northbound between Colonial Drive and Hancock Road. Stop-and-go traffic on I-4 eastbound between US 27 and after State Road 429. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in an accident and would like to know the value of your case, go to forthepeople.com to see cases just like yours. You see, all lawyers are not the same. Morgan & Morgan.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Attention, our friends from Guarantee Media are giving away 4 days in Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico with hotel and airfare included for only $99 to the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551. It's only for the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551. They give you up to a year and a half to travel, but you must be one of the first 50 to text MUSIC to 96551. Grab your phone and text the word MUSIC to 96551 for your chance to get 4 days in Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico with hotel and airfare included for only $99. That's MUSIC to 96551. You heard right. Be one of the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551 and get 4 days in Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico with hotel and airfare included for only $99. But you must be one of the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551. Text the word MUSIC to 96551 for your chance to go on vacation to Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico.
Life can be so unpredictable. After losing my dad, it made me think about my family if something were to happen to me. I had heard about life insurance through Ethos and how easy it was to get coverage. They were right. In 10 minutes, I was covered. And boom, family protected.
Ethos fast and easy online term life insurance up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZQuil.
ZQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZQuil nights. Explore our products at ZQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
A new year comes with new hope, new optimism. It's time to start fresh and look ahead. At International Diamond Center, we're excited to be a part of your special moments in the new year. We've expanded our selection for 2024. Our diamond inventory has never been better. All sizes, all shapes. Real, natural, precious diamonds at the best direct importer prices. And it doesn't stop there. We're showcasing all the new styles and trends in engagement rings and fashion jewelry, inspired and created by the world's premier designers. No one has more fashion-forward jewelry than IDC. Plus, our Swiss watch collection is mind-blowing with a fabulous selection of pristine pre-owned Rolex watches. So as you look ahead and plan for a new year, remember International Diamond Center, locally owned, internationally connected with a staff of non-commissioned experts who will guide you every step of the way. Welcome to 2024. Let IDC help you celebrate what matters most in the new year. Your love. International Diamond Center, 4 Orlando locations.
Remember, when you're ready to sell or trade in your next car, go to GiveMeTheVin.com, because one thing's for certain, I love to buy cars.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Quitting tobacco isn't easy. The good news is, Tobacco Free Florida is here to help you quit your way. Tobacco Free Florida's Group Quit service offers free virtual and in-person sessions at convenient times and locations. You may be eligible to receive free nicotine replacement therapy like patches, gum, or lozenges. You are not alone. Whatever your reason to quit is, Tobacco Free Florida can help you get started. Call 1-877-YOU-CAN-NOW.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. After suffering an injury, you may face many hard questions. What will tomorrow bring? Which firm should I choose to represent me and my family? At Morgan & Morgan, we will hold your hand every step of the way. From our one-click sign-up, mobile apps, and 24/7 availability, we make it easy to get your case started right from the comfort of your couch. All firms are not the same. The choice is easy. Morgan & Morgan, for the people. Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
You made it through the holidays. Now it's time to figure out if that constant sniffle is a cold or allergies. Aspire Allergy and Sinus can help. I know, you're busy. Who has time to get an allergy test and go in for weekly allergy shots? At Aspire, we make it easy by providing same-day results and a treatment plan tailored just for you. Forget the over-the-counter meds. Aspire has solutions that actually work, so you can say goodbye to allergies for good. Go to aspireallergy.com to schedule your appointment. That's aspireallergy.com.
Hi, this is Earl Ron. New South makes windows that are both energy efficient and hurricane resistant. New South is the factory and eliminates the middleman. New South windows are made in Florida for Florida homes by Florida workers because we know Florida weather.
For every 2 windows you buy, get the third free. Visit newsouthwindow.com.
Hosted by true crime author and killer storyteller Mary Kay McBrayer, the new podcast, The Greatest True Crime Stories Ever Told, delivers riveting narratives about killers, scammers, journalists, and Avengers. Drawing from years of research, this podcast redefines true crime, breaking free from stereotypes.
She provided investigators in Mountain City, Tennessee, with exactly the evidence they needed to take 4 murderers to court.
Listen to The Greatest True Crime Stories Ever Told on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations waiting for you to explore right now, like 70s Rock Ride, Pink Floyd, Eagles, Van Halen, Tom Petty, Zeppelin, and more. Try something new for 2024. Just open the free iHeartRadio app, search 70s Rock Ride, and listen now. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
iHeartRadio.
3 best friends diving into the deep end of internet culture.
In the air over the new year and the holiday break, at least in my world. I don't know if you guys encountered this, but Courtney and I, first of all, for Christmas, we went to New Orleans, where we always go, and that's always a blast, a great, fun place to go on the holidays, believe it or not. And then we flew back on, I don't know, like the 30th or something, which I don't like this new thing that people are taking to doing. I heard people time after time on TV and otherwise, and they're like, it's Christmas Eve, and I hate that. I don't know what they're trying to do with that. Not Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve is what they're calling it. I'm like, just say the day before New Year's. I don't know. This seems stupid that we're stretching this out.
Are they inferring that they're celebrating New Year's Eve early so they're not a part of the big fiasco, the amateur hour, whatever you want to call it?
I don't know if they were trying to take a step like that where they were looking down their nose at Christmas Eve revelers, but
I used to get booked to play this gig, and I thought it was like a fun little kind of thing that this bar did, where they did a hospitality New Year's Eve, and they would do it like 2 weeks to a month after the new year, but they would do like all the same specials, throw a big ass party, and we would count down at midnight and like champagne toast, but it was for all the people that worked New Year's Eve, and they did it on like a Monday or a Tuesday, so it would be like a slow day.
That makes sense. What doesn't make sense to me is hearing people go, Happy Christmas Eve. Or I keep saying
that's
Christmas.
Festivus.
Happy New Year's Eve. And I'm like, that's not a thing. People don't say that to each other. You might say Happy New Year or, hey, it's New Year's Eve, but New Year's Eve was not a thing as far as I was aware.
Sounds weird. Sounds like you have a bit of a stutter.
It does, yes. And so there was like fighting in the air over the holiday break. Right when we got to the airport.
There's fighting over the air in the holiday, over about the air. And all, because I loved getting up on yesterday and reading all the threads about people who just hate fireworks now.
Oh my God.
The culture of anti-fireworks lately has blown up.
It's like, what is this boomer rant every year? Are you surprised Do you forget that on New Year's Eve at midnight, people light off fireworks for about, 20 or 30 minutes, and then most of it's pretty intermittent after that? I'm not sure why these people are so perturbed. And they've taken to... All right, now you've got me fired up a little bit.
Sorry, buddy.
All right, I'll get to my point about anger in the air in a moment, but let me address this here, because here's what I believe has happened. I believe there is a contingent of super old, miserable Fs in the United States of America that simply hate fun and fireworks, and those are one and the same. I don't light off fireworks, but I'm all for it. I think it's fun. It's a good time. We're celebrating the new year.
If you didn't have Lady, if you didn't have your dog, would you find yourself more likely to be in a situation where you might light off some fireworks on like a 4th of July or something?
It's not necessarily that we've got Lady. Lady's not all that scared by the fireworks. It's just like
God, Carl, nightmare.
For New Year's Eve, right before midnight, Courtney and I went out for a little while before that, but it's just the two of us. We're not going to have, we were lighting off fireworks by ourselves.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that.
It would seem weird if there's just like two people lighting off fireworks. Seems a little more depressing, I think, when that happens. But these old folks who hate fun and they hate fireworks, they have now co-opted things. And I don't even think they believe in these things. They've now co-opted, this is torturous to the pets, so we've got to help all the animals out there, big and small, and stop the fireworks on New Year's Eve. That's one thing they co-opted.
Good luck.
But that wasn't powerful enough for them, and it wasn't working, and people were still daring to light off fireworks at midnight on New Year's Eve. So now they co-opted this thing. They're like, PTSD. There are a lot of veterans out there, and when they hear your fireworks, they're going to get flashbacks of wartime, and it's going to strike their PTSD nerves.
We've been hearing that, though.
Yeah, I think that is a true thing, right? Okay, so this is what I'm trying to say. I think that those are both true things. Animals are scared of fireworks, and it could trigger something in somebody who's shell-shocked and served some time in war or whatever. But I think there's a bunch of weirdos who are co-opting those things. They don't even care about them, just a bitch about firework booms. Like, I don't see them with dogs most of the time. I don't see them saying, I served. You never see those things going on. You just see somebody who's scared on behalf of somebody else. We can't have this. Anyhow, those people are very obnoxious on Nextdoor, and I saw many of them over the break. So fighting was in the air. We get to the airport. We're going through airport security. Courtney walks through the scanner thing, and then they call me up, and I walk through the scanner. You put your hands up all silly like, and the thing spins around you. God only knows what's happening to your body there.
You don't have TSA, right?
No, I still don't. I say every year that I'm going to do it, and I don't do it.
This is your year, man, because they don't make you do the spinny thing.
It's so much faster. It's so much better. I'm going to at some point this year because we're going to be flying more. We didn't go many places last year.
I've been saying for years that I'm going to get pre-check, and this is the first year I haven't said it because I'm like, where am I going to go? Where am I going to go?
Your plans are less significant on account of Jackson, yeah. So we go through, and then the guy behind me, this dude, is trying to go through the security, and the guy from TSA was joking with Courtney and I, like he's making jokes, and he's doing his like routine. And then he says to the guy after us, he goes, step on in the machine. And the guy steps in, and he goes, step out.
Yep.
And the guy goes, okay. He steps out. He goes, all right, step back into the machine. And he steps in. And the guy goes, step back out. And so he's in, out, in, out, in, out on this machine.
Snip, snap, snip, snap.
It's a lot, right? And finally, the guy starts to get upset. The TSA guy's like, hey, man, figure your ass out. And the TSA guy starts to get mad back at him. And they're like going at each other. And I go, what do I do here? The TSA guy hasn't given me the clear to leave the little like secured circle zone. You know what I'm talking about? Like, what you've gone through the scanner.
You got places to be, man.
I know, but like I've gone through the scanner, but he hasn't gone, okay, you're clear, and said I can move to the next step where I can get my stuff. So I'm kind of stuck. And these guys are yelling at each other. And the guy goes to the TSA guy. He says, let's reset this because I don't want something bad to happen here. And the TSA guy says nothing. And he goes, step in. And the guy didn't like how the TSA guy said step in. And he's like, he's looking at him like he's going to rage on him. I'm like,
the veins in the neck start popping.
And I go, I'm in the middle. I'm in the middle of the guy and the TSA guy.
I would have just backed, awkward backed away.
Slowly, like Homer Simpson into the bushes.
Yeah.
Just fade away. And the guy gets into the scanner, right, at TSA. And he puts his hands up like you're supposed to. But the dude is so on edge and nervous about the potential TSA fight that he was about to have. His arms are like this.
Oh, God.
Like shaking like this. And then he like tries to shake it out of him and continue on through. And I go, what is happening here? And they scooted the TSA guy away. Like they escorted him away and brought in another one like seamlessly to keep the whole process going. And from there on, everywhere I looked, there were couples fighting. The couple behind me on the airplane was fighting.
Oh, my God.
People
the gay
all around
couple
us.
that went viral. Remember, what about Shelby?
With the dog? With the dog?
Shelby and Dolly. What about Shelby and Dolly?
I saw that on the New Year's Eve thing on
with,
CNN.
Kevin Hart? Oh, no. With Andy and what's his face?
Andy from Bravo.
Andy
Cohen.
and Anderson.
Yeah, Andy Cohen and Anderson Cooper, who weren't allowed to get drunk last year, but they said you can have a shot an hour this year. They let them back into the drink.
More than a shot now.
Yeah, I don't think they were following those rules.
Somebody said that they didn't do it last year, because they wouldn't let the rest of the staff do it, and then this year they're like, that was a dumb idea. We're going to go back to drinking.
Right, because that's the whole point of it. It's like, be serious, be professional. Well, I mean, if a terrorist attack breaks out during this, just go to somebody else for the coverage, not the drunk guys who are doing the New Year's Eve bit, right? That's easy enough to fold out of that. But otherwise, that's the fun part of it. Anyhow, all around me, people were fighting. The whole damn vacation, I know what was happening. It was like bad juju all around me. And then I had this happen to me. I want to see what you guys think about this. So we go to get on our flight this was when we were going to New Orleans. We get on the flight, and Courtney likes to sit on the aisle, as I've told you guys many times. And when I say likes to sit, she refuses to sit anywhere else. Okay. She has to sit on the aisle. Both flights, there and back, were dead. We had 150 open seats on the way there and 120 open seats on the way back. So it's like everybody gets their own row kind of situation. And we were walking through the plane. We can have any row of seats. Oh, my God. We're early boarders. So as we get on the plane, it's just as far as the eye can see, all of these beautiful rows of seats. We can have any one of them we want. Do we want more leg room? We could go for the emergency row. All of these options in front of us. So I'm not paying any attention. And Courtney stops to put her baggage in. And I go, okay, I guess this is the row that we're sitting in.
Sounded like you said she had a bag of gin.
No, I wish she would have after what she did to me here. But she goes, she's like, oh, we're sitting here. So she goes to put her baggage in the overhead bin. And I'm not paying attention. And I sit down by the window. And she sits down. And she goes, oh, man, I didn't even notice. And I turn around. Now we're locked into this seat. She chose the only row with no window. The only row where it's just like a wall of plane next to you. And look at this photo. I tweeted this out after this happened. This is what I got. I was like, is that my window up there?
That's your window for sure. The majority of it is on your side.
The little girl wouldn't let me put the window up. There was a little girl, a kid, on the other side of that. And like the window kind of went up into her area a little bit and then kind of went onto mine. And I wanted to look outside and the little girl didn't want the window open. And there was a bit of... And
you let the little girl be boss?
You're the adult, man.
Kid. I can't fight with a little kid. There's fighting going on all around me. I can't start a fight with a child on a plane. I just can't do it. So I was like, oh, my God. And for the whole flight, she kept the window just like that. Just enough to be annoying. Just so I couldn't see anything out there. And you know what the real kicker is? Oh, let me see. I think I tweeted this out. Hang on. Okay, here's the real kicker. This little bitch. She had another window.
Oh.
So she had two windows on her seat, and she was controlling both of them and wouldn't even give me the little slice of window. And Jeff says, that is Sean's window. Nobody else agreed with me when I posted this. Nobody else thought this was my window. They were all fighting against me, saying it wasn't mine. In this photo, you can see how it's a little closer to that aisle, but oh, my God. Fights everywhere.
There you were
all
taking
over the
pictures
place.
over?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, if I couldn't fight with a little girl, I was going to at least call her out on social media because she was not opening that window. When we come back, we have so much to get into. We still haven't even done the opening clip, so we will do that next. And we got to hear from you. Our first dispatches of 2024, we'll start working those in. There's a lot to get to. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Check out our new Threads at Real Radio 104.1 on Threads. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Cool Today Weather Center, cooltoday.com.
Hey, everybody. Good Tuesday to you. Jamie King, Fox 35 Storm Center. Want to update you on our Tuesday weather for the remainder of the day here in Central Florida. Sunny, cool conditions, low 60s. North winds at 5 to 15. For tonight, partly cloudy, colder, low mid-40s. Winds are light from the north at 5. Wednesday, 70 degrees with a rain chance late in the day through the overnight into early Thursday at about 50%. 65 Thursday, a wake-up temp in the mid-upper 50s. For Fox 35, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Jamie King.
This report is sponsored by Stand Up to Cancer.
Joe Buck and John Smoltz welcoming you back to the City Center Convenience Mart. Uh-oh. She's looking at the cigarettes, but she just grabs the gum off the counter. Stand Up to Cancer and Rally want you to reduce your risk for cancer. Go to takeahealthystand.org.
It's a new year, and that mortgage guy, Don, president of Happy Home Mortgage Brokerage and host of the Home Loans Radio Show, he is here for you. He has over 250 five-star Google reviews and 1,100 reviews at Experience.com, so it's very safe to say that Don knows what he's doing. And I could say with full confidence that he's looking out for you. Now, chances are very high that you're leaving money on the table, so let that mortgage guy, Don, help you get the money off the table and back in your hands where it belongs. Get a free fast quote review at thatmortgageguyDon.com. Hit the compare button, and Don will review your quote today. That mortgage guy, Don, is a mortgage broker, not a corner bank or a retail lender, and that means he has direct access to wholesale lenders that consumers do not. If you want to see a difference, go to the website right now, thatmortgageguyDon.com. Compare your quote today. Plain and simple. No spam, no hassle, just peace of mind.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZzzQuil.
ZzzQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZzzQuil nights. Explore our products at ZzzQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Welcome back. All right, Jimmy, our Army veteran, for $400. Are you ready to answer the next question?
Actually, I'm good.
Huh?
Well, I already earn and save $473 a year on average with Navy Federal Credit Union. So, yeah.
All members of the armed forces, all veterans, and their families can earn and save more every year with a Navy Federal membership. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Insured by NCUA. Dollar value based on the 2022 Navy Federal Member Giveback Study.
Hi, welcome to IKEA and our winter sale. Hi. We've got hundreds of offers with up to 70% savings across the store. Like,
wait, did you say 70%?
Yes.
My kids love playing dress up. Can you help us get organized?
Ooh, yeah. Check out our offers on dressers and storage.
Ooh, what about bath towels?
Yep.
Comforters, pillowcases?
Yes, and yes.
I think I need a bigger cart.
Visit IKEA-USA.com/winter sale for details. Offer valid dates may vary. U.S. only while supplies last. Selection may vary by store and online. See store and IKEA-USA.com/winter sale for complete terms. Restrictions apply.
West 2 News, now here for you at 7 p.m. Because breaking news doesn't wait for the right time.
News never stops.
And that's why our team keeps going.
We're adding more coverage of what matters most to Central Florida. The big stories that will have you talking. An accurate forecast you can depend on. Stuart Moore, Michelle Imperato, Tony Manalfi. West 2 News at 7 p.m. Local, live, late breaking.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The patented key ingredient is something called Testofen, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again. At work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text HIM to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text HIM to 321-321. That's HIM to 321-321.
At Mattress Firm's once-a-year sale and clearance, you can save up to 60% on select mattresses. Plus, score a free adjustable base on qualifying purchases. Here's to better sleep in 2024. The right mattress matters, and Mattress Firm will find yours.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Radio.
Send him your tips and your deepest, darkest secrets. Email tips at the...
Breakdown of the moment that's happening mostly on Twitter, but elsewhere too. It's fun to watch. Is all of these people, and I don't know how they've gone this long without realizing this, but there is a boatload of people right now who are pissed off because Green Day, during their New Year's Eve performance, they slid in a line to the song American Idiot, taking a shot at MAGA folks.
Oh, no.
It's like, first of all, okay, there's so much to pull out of this. They changed one line in their performance of American Idiot, and I think it's like something about don't want to be a part of the MAGA agenda. I think this is it. Hang on, let's see. Right here. Something about MAGA agenda, right? So that's it. They slipped that line into the song when Green Day's playing this. And all of these people are like, Green Day hates America. Green Day hates Republicans. And I said, why does this keep happening to you? Why does this keep happening? Did you think until today that Green Day was like probably some right-wing band or something? Or
I mean, they have been outspoken about politics for quite some time.
The song's called American Idiot.
So just for context, the song is called American Idiot. The part that was bleeped out before the MAGA thing was the F word for gays. Yeah. And then the word that was changed to MAGA was redneck.
Maybe that's what threw him off. They're like, well, he says the F word for gays in that song.
I thought we were okay to say it. We're all saying it.
They changed the words. This is so weird. I remember this happening. I'm going to go through so many instances of this happening, okay? A more recent one was there was a concert and Rage Against the Machine was playing, and they put some stuff about like either Trump or somebody else up on this screen, and it's like clearly they're left wing and they're against Trump and Trump supporters, right? And all these people were like, what the hell? We paid for a concert. What's this? And you go, did you not know until this moment? Like, did you never open one of the CD booklets for Rage Against the Machine? Did you never read a single line? Like, it's basically Communist Manifesto songs. Like, all of these songs are make it so obvious that these folks aren't aligned with you politically. And every time there's this moment where they go, oh, what the hell? They did this with Born in the USA. There was a bunch of real proud, patriotic Americans that thought Born in the USA was like this, and like, Bob was born in the USA, man. And then you go, listen to the lyrics of the song.
No.
He's not, this is not a patriotic song. This is a Vietnam protest song, I believe. And all of these things happen time and time again. This happened with Creedence Clearwater Revival, my mom's favorite band. She loved them. Used to listen to them all the time, especially in like the months leading up to her death. She'd sit in the garage, listen to CCR and rock out, watching the boring stuff happening on the road. And Fortunate Son is another one of those songs that's like in war movies and people, hell yeah. It's totally the opposite of what people think it is. And if you didn't know that Green Day might not be a band full of MAGA fans, I don't know where to help you. Like, I was so blown away that all these people were like, what, the Green Day is against Trump and Republicans? Every rock band you can think of is, save for like Kid Rock.
Yeah, I'm almost more surprised to learn when a famous musician, does lean to the right, because usually that industry and those people that like make themselves famous over songs like this are doing it like anti-government, and especially like in the 60s and 70s,
anarchy, baby.
But like. I'm almost more surprised when somebody comes out and goes, "Yep, I'm a Trumper," and let's sing some songs together.
And let's be real here, because I know a lot of you be like, "That's because that's all they allow in Hollywood." Look, Hollywood sucks. I'll dump on them with you. I'm all about that. But what you have is, in the world of music, people who lean artistic. People who lean artistic are very likely to disagree with that brand of politics. And so it ends up that you have like this monolith of all these bands that kind of just have the same political viewpoints. Don't be surprised when you hear that. I just love to picture the guy on his lazy boy sitting in his living room. He's watching the coverage for the New Year ringing in. He's watching on ABC. He hears Green Day performing, and he hears that line. He gets so pissed off. Now, here's the thing you should be getting pissed off about. What has happened over the years is these New Year's broadcasts have eroded into a bunch of garbage. And the biggest problem I have with them, and it's amazing to me how many people this slips by too, almost all of the performances are pre-recorded. Almost all of the performances that you see.
I mean, if they're out in Times Square, yeah.
There's a few of them. There's a few of them. Well, there's a few of them that they actually do, and you could hear them during the broadcast in the background. I think that Jelly Roll dude performed, and maybe one or two other people.
I heard a lot of people have been dogging on old Enrique Iglesias.
Oh my God, his clips from the tour this past year.
Real
bad.
His performance wasn't that good. You know who was really rough? Maroon 5. Ooh. I don't know.
Did he show his nipples?
I don't know if Adam Levine was sick or something was going on, but that dude was missing notes, and it was definitely a rough one.
It's weird
all these performances are recorded for the most part.
I mean, I guess with Green Day, also, this is not new material for them, so we're just like kind of having people come up and do stuff, whether or not they had like new material for the year. Because Maroon 5 got up and did This Love. And I was like, that's a way.
See, Len, you were in that music video, weren't you?
I know. We reached way back, and I didn't even get to be in the crowd this time.
Damn it.
Singing along.
Yeah, and everybody's pretending like it's New Year's Eve, which is even weirder. They're like throwing confetti out, and just all of that is the more annoying thing to me. And I hope that the guy who found out that Green Day wasn't a Republican band on New Year's Eve did not flip over to CNN, because he would have been very put off by the level of gay that is the New Year's Eve celebration on CNN. It's the gayest damn New Year's thing going on. There was a second where they had, oh my God, they had Anderson Cooper. They had the Bravo guy, Andy Cohen. They had
Vanderbilt and Vanderpump.
They were doing a segment on that, I think, while this happened. They had who's the Asian guy from SNL?
It's Matt. Matt Rogers is his partner on the podcast, and then
the other guy,
Bo and Yang.
Yeah, Bo and Yang, and all four of those guys are on the stage, and I'm like, holy cow! And then they toss it.
What did they call it though? There was like a certain phrase, pass around bottom.
Oh, yeah. It was getting full on. And then they go, all right, let's toss it over to our friend Richard Quest, also gay, by the way. And it's like the whole damn thing. This
also, a gay guy named Dick Quest just is the icing on the cake.
And I always tell the story about him just because I love that guy he's just Teflon Don material, man. You're not going to fire him if he got through what he got through. Because if you don't know, Richard Quest, British guy, he generally covers the royal family, and he does the New Year's Eve celebration. And he's got this great British voice, and he sort of looks like a British Family Guy character, with the jaw like almost dangling off its face. And Richard Quest, years ago, you can look this up, was arrested in Central Park.
Oh, okay.
And he was on meth and had meth in his pocket. and he had a noose tied around his genitals. And I think there was like a rope on it that he could pull on.
Okay.
That he was going to, and I'm like, that dude kept his job. Good for you, man. Like that's one of those things where you go, you can't get canceled if you don't care. If you just completely, well, that's me. I had a wild night. Ended up out there in Central Park. Had the noose on my genitals again. It happens from time to time. And that guy rolled right through it. Now, I screwed up the Central Park Times Square thing. Glad I did now. But they were partying over on CNN. And somebody put together this clip of Anderson Cooper getting inebriated over time as they took shots during this broadcast. He is not an excellent drinker in terms of being able to hold his liquor.
But I love his little giggles.
He falls apart.
I really do.
And nothing against him. I'm not saying this to come down on Anderson Cooper. But, all right, I just have to put a but out there. Anderson Cooper is clearly doing a thing this year where he wants to talk about people who are suffering.
Grieving. He's got
grieving.
A podcast about grief.
He's got a new he's got a new
pod.
Yeah, he's got a new grief podcast. And he brought it up multiple times during the New Year's Eve thing. And so everybody would be like, yeah, party, we're having shots, New Year's Eve. And then Anderson Cooper goes, I remember in 1972 or whatever year it was. And he said, I was watching the New Year's Eve broadcast and my dad was dying in a hospital right around the corner. Okay. And he goes, I knew everything was changing. And so we went to this thing, and I get what Anderson Cooper was doing. What Anderson Cooper was doing was going, hey, I know some of you aren't having the greatest of days, greatest of years, greatest of whatevers. And I want you to know there's other people out there that understand how you're feeling, and you're going to get through this. That's what he was trying to do, at least. But to me, what those people want mostly, people who are struggling, is they want fun. They want to laugh. Like, people who listen to this show, I can't tell you how many times, and I love getting these emails, by the way, where somebody will say, I was really struggling, and I was listening to the show, and you guys pulled me through one of the toughest times of my life. Well, they didn't get pulled through the toughest time of their life listening to this show because we were focusing on our emotions. It's because we were making them laugh. They were having fun. They were going on a journey.
Giving them distraction from those emotions.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know about the strategy, but he kept doing that.
Oh, because his podcast is not a distraction.
No.
So if you got to plug it, it's like, just so you know, this is what it's going to be like for 45 minutes to an hour.
Yeah, you might as well get people in on that. You don't want that to be a surprise to anybody out there. Here they are taking some shots.
Cheers, everybody. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Here we go.
That's supposedly number one. Do you see the face that he makes when it's worse than mine? He does this like turtle thing with his neck. He's like, ugh, when he takes a shot. And by the way, I wanted to hate so much Andy Cohen. He just seems like a hateable guy. The idea that this guy was the head of programming at Bravo, and he goes, do you know what we should do over here? More me. And he just started giving himself all the on-air jobs, and he's like, hey, watch what happens live. We're going to do a show.
Remember when Michael Richards tried that?
Right.
Not Kramer, but the executive producer of Jeopardy.
Yeah, it did not work out well for how long did that career last? 3-4 episodes or something?
They milkshake ducked him right out of there.
And he just put himself on his network where he was the programming guy. And it just seemed like it was easy to hate the guy. But he's a good troll. And I love a good troll. And he's the one who, when there's 3 or 4 of them, is going to try to get somebody to say something or like try to get some fire going. So I like that about him. And he took the shots a lot better.
Good, right?
Look at his face.
That's like me drinking tequila with my wife. I'm like, delicious, huh?
Courtney does the same thing. Yeah. Well, I'll be like, man, that Espolone sure is smooth. And she's like, just like a demon is inside of her. That's what Anderson Cooper was working his way through.
I feel loosened up already. Happy New Year.
All right, shot everybody. 2. He's pausing even before he takes it this time. Anderson Cooper, how old is he?
No background music, huh?
He looks so, even though he's got gray hair, which, makes him look kind of seasoned.
It's
and
white as the snow, and he's been like that. He's like that type who probably started graying out at 15.
He's 56.
Okay, so he's 56 going on 95. He's like, does
his
all
skin
this.
is great. What are you talking about?
No, not his looks. But other than the gray hair, he looks youthful still. If you dyed his hair black or something, he would look like a younger guy. But he's got the soul of an 8 million year old. He's got that Vanderbilt soul. Because don't kid yourself, this man was born into a lot of Vanderbilt money. And he didn't take a lot of shots growing up with old Grandma Vanderbilt, I don't think. Next one.
I think it's getting easier. I think it's going down better. By the way, just want to point out.
He's struggling there. One thing that I always think about is who are these, I don't want to call them losers, but I really want to call them losers.
People that show up at 5 a.m.
People that show up and wait for the ball to drop in Times Square.
Did you see
who are these people?
The footage of them allowing everyone to finally go and find their spots?
Yeah. Yes.
It was insane. And then on top of it, they're like, okay, wait. Everyone start walking. And then as soon as someone started running, they're like, stop it right now, slow down. And then it took all of 10 seconds before everyone started trampling each other.
Yeah, because what people don't understand is they don't let you just go into Times Square, find your spot, and sit there. They make you wait on like a side street. And you sit there like a loser all day long, waiting in this corralled pen with all these other losers out there. And then finally, they open up the gate and they funnel these people into the Times Square area. And it's like out of control cattle, which is what Sabrina was saying. It's like it could have been a stampede at any moment in time.
And they're the ones that have to wear diapers.
Yeah, there was one guy who I kept seeing in different clips. It was by himself, an older man straight from New York, and he's like, "This is what I wear right here. Here's a pack of panty liners, and you just have to change it out." And then I did notice, though, in the Stampede, it was a lot of tourists. It seemed like it's a lot of people who travel to New York just to do that. So
for
that's
what? Oh, God.
The American dream,
like,
man. The American dream.
It's such a nightmare. It's such a nightmare. There was another thing that happened right before the countdown on New Year's Eve we have to talk about. I'll save our spot here as Anderson Cooper takes these shots. And we'll talk about what they found in Times Square after everybody left the New Year's Eve celebration. Wait until you hear this. Right next to the panty liners, I guess. Is coming up next on the News Junkie.
It's like a text message with your voice. The TalkBack feature on the free iHeartRadio app. Follow Real Radio 104.1, tap the microphone, and speak.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
There's heavy delays to watch out for on some major roadways this afternoon on I-4 eastbound before US 27 and after State Road 429, between US 192 and approaching State Road 535, bumper-to-bumper traffic on Florida's Turnpike northbound between Colonial Drive and Hancock Road. Slowdowns due to an accident on State Road 436 southbound between Orange Avenue and Lake Howell Road. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken.
$5 finger-licking deals are at your local Kentucky Fried Chicken. Choose from 3 delicious options: a 2-piece meal with a wing, breast, and buttery biscuit, a famous bowl, or a savory chicken pot pie. Only available at select participating locations. Tax extra. It's finger-licking good.
As a military dad, I'll admit my first deployment didn't go great for my kids. I wasn't ready. So every time I'm gone, I just focus on doing small things better. I schedule video calls during their dinner so we can still eat together. I read books they're reading so we can talk about them. I send them an email every day. It just takes a little effort. But it's worth it, guys.
Dads, duty matters in and out of uniform. So choose to be a father first today.
Mecum Auctions. The world's largest collector car auction returns to Kissimmee, Florida, January 2nd to the 14th at Osceola Heritage Park. Featuring 4,000 muscle cars, Corvettes, customs, and more. Broadcast live on Motor Trend and Motor Trend Plus. From avid collectors to those new to the Mecum experience, we welcome everyone. Register to bid now at Meekum.com.
In this week's Marketers Report, Dana Nussbaum, Executive Vice President, Worldwide Marketing at Warner Brothers Discovery, weighs in on regional audio marketing.
Although we're marketing at a very broad scale, it does include specific local markets, and that's the beauty of iHeart's network.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, influencers, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Monster Jam, as big as it gets. Coming to Camping World Stadium March 2nd. Brought to you by BKT Tires, Great Clips, Circle K, and your local Ford dealer. You have to see it live, so don't miss it. Lock in your seats today at monsterjam.com.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Last year, over 3 million people called Morgan & Morgan in their time of need. And with over 1 million of those calls coming from previous clients, friends, and family.
My name is Jason Williams. It was a rainy day, and I got hit from behind by a lady that was doing somewhere over 100 miles an hour is what they were saying. I've never dealt with anything like this before. Everybody that I talked to kept saying the same name, which was Morgan & Morgan. I was on hold for maybe 15 seconds when they come back and said, Jason, we will absolutely take your case. As a non-tech savvy guy, any question that I had, if I called, text, or emailed, they got right back to me. They made it as easy for me as it could have been.
Thank you for trusting us. We've become the largest injury firm in the world because we've won a lot. The word is out. Size matters. Reputation matters. We're America's largest injury law firm for a reason. With over 900 dedicated attorneys and climbing, we're ready wherever you are, whatever you need. The choice is easy. We're just a phone call away. Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
You made it through the holidays. Now it's time to figure out if that constant sniffle is a cold or allergies. Aspire Allergy and Sinus can help. I know, you're busy. Who has time to get an allergy test and go in for weekly allergy shots? At Aspire, we make it easy by providing same-day results and a treatment plan tailored just for you. Forget the over-the-counter meds. Aspire has solutions that actually work, so you can say goodbye to allergies for good. Go to AspireAllergy.com to schedule your appointment. That's AspireAllergy.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Maybe you've heard about semaglutide, the new FDA-approved drug helping people lose weight like crazy without strict dieting. But here's what you might not know. Red Mountain Weight Loss has full-strength semaglutide in their newest medication called Revelex. It's specially formulated to give you full-strength semaglutide without side effects. So with Revelex, you'll lose up to 15 pounds a month without stomach pain or nausea. And it's not a shot. It's a tablet. So you can skip the weekly trips to the doctor's office. But here's the best part. Revelex costs about half of what you'll pay for other semaglutide medications. That's right. I said half the price. So why go anywhere else? At Red Mountain, you get no shots, no side effects, just results. And for half the price, trust a leader in medical weight loss. Red Mountain Weight Loss has helped millions of people lose weight safely, and they can help you too. Just go to redmountainweightloss.com. That's redmountainweightloss.com.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because clients and character matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. If you ever need to talk, he'll pretend to listen. You're listening to the News Junkie.
Here we are. I don't even think I've screwed that up yet, which is magical and unexpected. I generally really screw up the year for at least the first month of it.
Oh, it'll still happen. Don't worry.
I'll do it at least a couple of times on the intro to the show. It's just inevitable. You say one thing enough times, then you're going to remember to say it that way. And then, boom, 2024, here we are. Have you, Sabrina, or you, C-Lane, actually legitimately decided on any New Year's resolutions? Is there anything that you got on the docket that you're working on yourself?
Working on being the key term there, because I have not yet fully decided. I know for one, I'm getting on that damn Peloton.
Yeah, okay.
I just need to figure out the schedule of it all, because my big thing is routine, and to add that to my routine will be the toughest part. And also, I guess, figuring out how to get out of the Peloton, because that was my biggest issue when I got on it in 2023, is that I was sweating and dying, and I was stuck inside of it.
Does it have like, it's got like shoes or something that lock you in, right?
Yeah. Couldn't figure out how to get out of them until I had to YouTube it, but I was in full panic and sweating. So Peloton for sure. I was considering dry January, but that, as the minutes go on, I'm like, I could use a shot of Jameson right now. It's so nice outside, and, we're back to work, so why not treat myself? That's about it.
Yeah, who doesn't say that?
Yeah. Hey,
pretty common.
Whatever, dude. It's just, I'm being honest here. A little transparency, that's all.
It's great. There's no problem with that. With the scheduling thing, I'm totally with you, because once something becomes part of your routine, it doesn't seem like a giant pain in the ass. And it doesn't seem like, I got to do that this morning.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you go long enough and you get the results out of it. What about you, C-Lane? Anything you have as a New Year's resolution?
Well, I'm going to do the low-carb thing for a while again. I hadn't been doing that for quite some time, and it shows. So
I blame Jackson's fault, I think.
Yeah. I put on all the sympathy weight during the pregnancy, and so you're going to do that. The big change is coming like at the end of this month, because when maternity leave is over, then we're all going to have to shift into she's going back to work mode, and what that means to me. And which is going to be terrible, because she's like, you're going to have to start getting up at 8. And I was like,
hell, that's not good for you. You are not, of all the things you are, C-Lane, you are not a morning person.
No.
You like your beauty sleep.
In fact, I've told you guys before, my wife has a theory that I'm not even nice until noon. So.
That explains the first hour of the show, for sure.
Well, you've got Jackson at home, and your wife is still doing the maternity leave thing. How old will Jackson be when she goes back to work? Will he be like 3 months old or
4?
4? At 4 months, can you drop them off places? Not like the fire department or anything. I'm talking about like a daycare center. Can you do that at 4 months old?
No, we already have
like
a plan in place.
Yeah. Oh, are you getting a nanny?
No.
Oh,
he's gonna go to grandma's house.
Oh, see, that's what grandparents are for, though.
Yeah, that's very sweet.
On top of the love that they give to their grandchildren.
Mm-hmm.
But that means you have to wake up at 8 a.m. and then bring Jackson over to grandma's house.
Or it's going to I have to get up at 8 because she's going to be gone, and so then I have to take care of the baby. Feed the child, and then eventually now shift my morning routine, my drive into dropping him off and then going to work.
So your New Year's resolution is to do the thing that you have to do anyway?
No, I didn't say that was a resolution. I said that. Like dieting was
you just wanted to get that off your chest, that you're dealing with that as well. That's going to be another problem that you're struggling with.
We were talking about change.
Anything else besides the carb stuff? No carb stuff? Because you're really good at that diet.
I can be when I want to be, but carbs are delicious, man.
They really are.
My problem is with quitting smoking. This is a big problem. I've already put on 7 pounds over the holiday break from Christmas and New Year's and stuff. And I am so hungry. I can't explain to you how unbelievably I'm like a velociraptor going around the kitchen and into the pantry and looking at all of what options do I have to eat right now? I have got to get control of myself. because the lack of nicotine has driven me
You don't want to vape
absolutely
it at all?
insane. No. I just want to get away from it. I'm trying to. I got some stuff on the radar this year. I know you guys will laugh at me because you don't think I do what I say, but I want to push further into the making myself a little healthier and getting to the doctor and whatnot this year. I was making progress last year. I went multiple times to my doctor, and then my doctor left me unceremoniously, left me and ditched and moved somewhere.
Ashley had the same doctor. She was so disappointed.
She was great. She was a nice doctor, and I felt like I was on the road to some good things health-wise. And now I've got to find a new doctor this year and keep that going. But maybe the drinking thing has got to happen at some point, but it just can't happen now. Sorry. It's not going to happen for a while. It's too much. But we were thinking about all of this as we were watching the New Year's Eve shows. And then Courtney asked me a question, and I go, oh, I just thought this was common knowledge. I thought everybody knew. She goes, what happens when the ball drops in Times Square? I said, well, what do you mean what happens? And she goes, when the countdown goes down and the ball drops, what happens? And I go, there's like a thing that lights up that says what year it is and Happy New Year. She's like, it doesn't blow up or anything?
Oh,
and
that'd be fun if it did.
I said, were you under the impression that when they dropped this ball in Times Square, they just blew it up and it just explodes all over?
There are some
downtown?
casualties, but it is tradition.
It's like running with the bulls or something. It's a rite of passage. You got to get out there, and the ball explodes. And you're like, I survived 3 ball drops. I'm still alive and kicking it out here. And she goes, that's it? It just goes down to the bottom and nothing like blows up or anything? And I go, no, yeah, just like some lights go off.
There's a lot of confetti. Yeah, there's a lot of that.
Confetti thrown by human beings. Did you know that? There's actually people who throw that out there.
What a job.
It's not like a machine that sprays the confetti out.
No way.
Yeah, no, for real.
Why would there not be a machine?
It's people. They got
That's
people back
stupid.
there. And they fill up their hands and they throw the confetti out.
No
That's
way.
how they've always done it.
In addition
Yeah.
to a machine.
No,
Yeah,
there's no
'cause
machine.
You can only throw it so far.
I'm telling you guys, I didn't believe it either, but I saw a thing about this over the break, and they said it's done by human power, and they put this big ring up there.
Human hits the button.
No, it's they're throwing all the confetti out there for the new year. That's what happens. And that and the losers down below waiting for the ball to not explode leads to this, because Pix 11 in New York said about 100,000 pounds of litter, confetti, and party hats were cleaned in Times Square following the New Year's Eve celebration. It took more than 180 workers using mechanical brooms, backpack blowers, and 20 collection trucks for the job. They said this is something they have to do every single year, and they sent a whole crew out there, and they have to clean up all those stupid glasses that say 2024 and all sorts of different things that they have to clean up off the ground. 100,000 pounds worth. And Courtney's like, they should make it so the ball goes up, and then when it gets to the top, it flies away. And I'm like, because I showed her the photo of the lanterns that you posted, C-Lane. And she was like, it's just this doesn't seem as exciting as that. The visual is not as good. The ball is just dropping. It's not doing anything.
And it's so slow. Maybe make it higher and then make it a fast drop, like Dr. Doom over at the theme park.
Like a ride. I think that could be a little more fun. Meanwhile, they're saying, according to the professionals that you shouldn't listen to, January may not be the best time to join a gym. They said this is when people tend to want to do this. Researchers followed 1,700 people of all ages who signed up for a 1-year membership in January. 100% of them went at least once the first month. A year later, only 20% of them were going. Now, they're saying this may not be the best time to join a gym. These folks who are doing this right now are going to do it regardless. If they hold off and join in February, they're going to do the same thing. You're going to sign up for a year. You're going to go, I'm going every Tuesday and every Thursday. You're going to do it for a month, and then you're not going to go anymore, because that's what people do. And apparently the attire at the gym has changed dramatically. If the TikTok videos I see are any sort of indicator as to what to expect there. But the people start going for New Year's, for your resolution, and then no more, not doing it anymore. I don't think it matters what time you start. It's just whether you're really dedicated to do this or not. All right, let's go over to you. Let's see what's happening where you are. We got your dispatches rolling in through the newsjunkie.com. Some information about that. The app, the News Junkie app, RIP to the app. Yeah. Sorry, we had a good ride for 10 years, 11 years, 12 years. Had a good ride. But the Apple Store and Google Play Store, they are screwy. It's a constant thing. And right now, developer dollars to get stuff coded is just insane. Insane. So I think the future is going to be doing stuff away from those platforms. And that's why I want to encourage everybody, if you ever use the app, if you use the app to send your dispatches, move on over to the newsjunkie.com. There's nothing that you can't do right there from the website. In fact, there's way more features on the website. And if you have any issues, if you're like, well, I really use the app a lot, let me know if there's any changes that need to be made to the website. We can do that very quickly. Like somebody had asked the other day, can we do a Secret Shows RSS feed? Yep, I'll get them working on that. We'll get that done. But you can watch stuff and listen to stuff and do all this stuff that you need to do, including recording dispatches over on the newsjunkie.com. So we're in about 3 months or so to sunset that completely. But right now, I want to see you go over to the newsjunkie.com with your account that already exists or create a new one and join us here on the show today. I got those dispatches queued up, but we need a little more time, I think, to work them in. Real quick, did you guys see that Jeremy Renner was on the New Year's Eve coverage?
I did not.
He was speaking out, which was so crazy because it was almost a year to the day when he had that snowplow incident.
Was it New Year's Day?
It was. It was New Year's Day when that snowplow ran over him.
I didn't see what he looked like because I was driving home from the Lantern Festival, but we had the CNN on in the car, and I was listening to it. He sounded good, but I was trying to ask Ashley because she had the phone. She could see the screen, and I was like, "What does he look like?" She's like, "He's got a scar on his head." And I was like, it's not telling me much.
Yeah, he looks good. I mean, he looks decent considering the fact that the man was run over by a snowplow. He's doing all right. He was promoting his album because he's still making music. He's still like in a band or something. But
yeah, no, the music in the album, I think, was like inspired by his recovery.
Yeah.
So this is a new thing.
Yeah, so I don't know if there's like songs about the snowplow or getting crushed or what, but yeah, he put an album out, I guess, and he was talking about that. It's good to see him. I thought he was never going to make it through that, but
no, he's already back to acting.
I know. Yeah, he's back at it, filming stuff, recording stuff. He's got a lot going on, and so do you, because you are sending dispatches as we speak from the newsjunkie.com. That's appreciated. We'll get into those. Plus, I want to talk about this just exploded over the break. Gypsy Rose Blanchard is now free. And there's a lot.
And she's already verified on Instagram.
Yes,
Is she? Son of a bitch.
Blue check mark.
And there's a lot happening with this. If you're not familiar, we'll dive into that pool. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Oh, hi. You need something? Just say it. Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Authorities are clearing up an accident causing bumper-to-bumper traffic northbound on Florida's Turnpike between Colonial Drive and Hancock Road. Travel with caution. There's delays in Volusia County on I-4 due to an accident eastbound near US 92. You could expect bumper-to-bumper traffic on I-4 eastbound before US 27 and after State Road 429. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Walt Disney World.jobs.
Walt Disney World Resort is hiring. Explore a variety of full-time and part-time roles at the heart of the magic and enjoy great benefits like complimentary theme park admission, exclusive discounts, and more. Apply today at waltdisneyworld.jobs.
Folks, welcome to 2024, and Mills Air is here to help. They've been doing this for a while, and they're ready to get you into the year. I know it's going to be mighty cold over the next couple of days, so if you're trying to switch on your heat at your house and all of a sudden you hear some noises you're not supposed to hear and things don't work out for you, you can get on the phone with Mills Air and get help fast. They're so honest, and this is a company that operates on integrity. Leon Mills started this company, Mills Air, back in 1992. So we're over 30 years plus of experience in helping people just like you out. They're a Carrier factory authorized dealer, meaning they can get you big rebates if you want to get one of those new Carrier units. That's why you go to Mills Air. You could always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you could always turn to family-owned and operated Mills Air. Give them a call, 407-277-1159, or find them online at millsair.com.
Being a great dad doesn't require some fat wallet. I realized a simple stopwatch could make my kid's day better. I turned everything into a speed competition. Just time everything. How fast can they make their bed? How quickly can they fold 10 shirts? The weirder, the better. I once timed who could hug me the longest. They'll be excited if you're excited. Trust me.
Pull out a stopwatch or try something else. Just choose to be a father first today.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Today, we're the largest injury firm in the world, and I'm thankful to you for trusting us all these years. We'll always be here for the people, not the powerful. We'll always be here for you. Morgan & Morgan.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Attention, our friends from Guarantee Media are giving away 4 days in Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico with hotel and airfare included for only $99 to the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551. It's only for the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551. They give you up to a year and a half to travel, but you must be one of the first 50 to text MUSIC to 96551. Grab your phone and text the word MUSIC to 96551 for your chance to get 4 days in Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico with hotel and airfare included for only $99. That's MUSIC to 96551. You heard right. Be one of the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551 and get 4 days in Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico with hotel and airfare included for only $99. But you must be one of the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551. Text the word MUSIC to 96551 for your chance to go on vacation to Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico.
Men, are you suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE? The medical providers at Premier Men's Medical Center offer breakthrough treatments that eliminate problems in the bedroom without pain or surgery. 98% of men see instant results on their first office visit. Listen to a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Premier Men's Medical Center offers breakthrough medical treatments that eliminate ED and PE. Men are even lasting 90 minutes or longer, regardless of age or medical history.
But that's not all. For a limited time only, call Premier Men's Medical Center now, and your initial consultation and first treatment are completely free. You'll see instant results right in the office. You'll even get a gift that enhances your performance in the bedroom. All this, worth hundreds of dollars, is free if you call now. 407-723-7135. 407-723-7135. That's 407-723-7135.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The patented key ingredient is something called Testofen, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again. At work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text HIM to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text HIM to 321-321. That's HIM to 321-321.
I'm Sarah Kustok, NBA analyst for the Brooklyn Nets, and my podcast, NBA Pulse with Sarah Kustok, is back.
The Denver Nuggets can finally call themselves NBA champions.
Every Monday and Friday, I'll be joined by a top NBA writer to discuss the biggest stories in the league. And we'll do it in about 15 minutes, so you can stay up to date and keep it moving. Check out NBA Pulse with Sarah Kustok on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you listen to podcasts.
dispensing unsolicited advice on a wide range of pointless topics.
As I just left the First Time Dispatch, you can go do the same over at thenewsjunkie.com. And I saw just an explosion of stories, content on social media, etc., etc., about this Gypsy Rose Blanchard girl. And I think we talked about the documentary when it came out.
I rewatched it over the break.
What was it called? You remember what the name of it was?
Mommy, Dead, and Dearest.
Yes, that's what it was. And it was about her mother, Gypsy Rose Blanchard's mother, who had one of the worst cases of Munchausen that I think I've heard of in my life. And the mother
By
was
proxy.
Keeping, is that how it works? What's the difference between Munchausen by proxy?
You do it to somebody else.
Munchausen is you do it to yourself?
Correct. Yeah, you always think you're sick or something like that.
Okay, so the mom was doing this to her daughter, Gypsy Rose Blanchard, and she was doing horrible things to her to just keep her sick so that she could get attention by being the parent to the sick mother.
Surgeries and
surgeries,
a closet full of medication. Like the girl thought she couldn't walk.
Didn't know this was a thing, but she had a surgery to remove her saliva glands. All right. She did not need this. There was no reason for it. She didn't need it. But the mom kept moving from doctor to doctor to doctor and kept screwing around with her hospital files and her medical files and stuff. And the mom somehow convinced one doctor to remove the saliva glands from this young girl, Gypsy Rose Blanchard. And I guess it makes her life really difficult not having these now. And it feels like she's constantly drowning somehow. I don't know what. It's just a very random thing that they did. And this was one of so many things that this mother did to torture her daughter. And I think her daughter's obviously a little sideways mentally as a result of this. But she just got freed. She was freed from jail on Sunday. She had served 10 years tied to the murder of her mother, who subjected her to years of medical abuse. I will go on the record saying as firmly as possible that she did nothing wrong, and I don't care if she encouraged somebody to kill her mother. Don't care. Sorry. If your mother is going to do things like this, so insanely abusive and so insanely heartless to somebody, you deserve whatever's coming at you. She did the only thing I guess she knew how in the moment. She convinced this guy that she was dating, who would have done anything for her.
Nut job.
I mean, clearly the guy would have done anything for her. He killed her mother. He stabbed her mother to death.
Killed her mother, and then after rewatching the documentary, this kid was unstable to begin with. He had also been arrested prior to them getting together, and then the murder for masturbating at McDonald's for 9 hours.
Is that not legal? You're not allowed to.
At the time, no. At the time,
okay, yeah.
9 hours though.
9 hours straight.
I'm sure he took a break at some point. My question was, how did he get through hour 1, 2, and 3 without anyone noticing?
Is it 9 hours and then one big waterfall, or is it like literal waterfalls the whole time?
I think multiple. You could fill up one of the small cups, Frosties.
Jesus Christ, my God. I really think so. Number one,
the machine's probably broken anyway. So,
number one, I don't care about legally. You can come in and say, Sean, legally she encouraged somebody to kill. I'm not talking about legally. I'm talking about morally. Morally, I don't think she did anything wrong because of what her mother was doing to her. I think fine. If you can get some guy to kill your mom for you and get yourself out of that torturous situation. Imagine some country kidnaps you, right? The Chinese government, God forbid, kidnaps you, puts you behind bars. And the only way you can get out is if you convince one of the guards to kill somebody else and then free you. Are you going to sit there and think, I did the wrong thing? I really shouldn't have. No, you are a victim of heinous crimes, and you are now just trying to get yourself free. So morally, I think there's zilch wrong with what Gypsy Rose Blanchard did. And when you want to argue about her boyfriend who killed her mother that was doing this Munchausen by proxy stuff, then that's a different argument. But I still don't think he should get life behind bars. I think that's too much of a punishment considering the circumstances, right? Like, in a way, you can't really argue self-defense in the moment, but in a way, it's like you're trying to defend somebody else who is being killed by this human being. And it's just not as bad as some of the other crimes where somebody has to spend life behind bars. That's a big deal. I don't remember how old he was, but I don't think he was that old, right? He was like in his 20s or something.
Yeah, maybe early 20s.
He's still behind bars, and he's not
for life.
Apparently, yeah, he's not going to get out. I guess
no parole.
That seems way too much. He should 100% have parole on that charge, if not have a much shorter sentence.
It was heinous, man. They showed.
So what?
What?
So what?
So what? I mean, he still murdered somebody. He
I know.
Stabbed her 1,000,000 times.
But if the person in question was doing what she was doing, don't you ever look at something like that and go, who cares?
You have to rewatch the documentary. I think maybe you'd have a different take on it.
No, I don't think I would. I remember the documentary. I thought
I did too. And then you rewatch it and it's like, no, there's actually a lot more on that kid's end.
Sounds like you're Team Didi.
No.
I'm not Team Didi. I'm just like he definitely should be in prison for the rest of his life.
Wait. Let's be clear on something. You're not saying there's more that defends what the mother was doing.
No, I'm saying he should definitely be in prison for the rest of his life.
Because of the McDonald's thing?
No, because of how all of this happened.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't mind if somebody murders somebody who's doing that to another person. As long as there's like ample evidence. And there was. I don't care that bitch is dead. That doesn't bother me in the slightest. She was a terrible, terrible human being. Sometimes we don't understand which people we should be okay with the deaths of. Like when Osama bin Laden died, where there are people going, oh, God, my thoughts are with the bin Laden family this afternoon. And we really, truly are appreciating the loss that you've suffered. No, who cares? This woman is a monster on a whole nother level. I wouldn't care if the guy killed her in any number of ways. Is he
Wouldn't
a
that
bad
make
person?
him a monster too, though?
Not just for this. If you had somebody that you absolutely loved, right? Loved. Could you see yourself doing this?
No.
I could.
Oh yeah, I think that's where you and I are very different. I mean, the crime was still a crime.
Yeah,
maybe
but I don't care
a whole bunch
about
of other ways of going about it.
Why would I care about crimes? Like, say you had a child and you learned that
another resolution for 2024.
You learned that somebody was doing something just god-awful and was punishing your child. You would have a problem with killing that person?
I mean, this is a very heavy question that you are just lightly asking. There's too much situation and nuance for me to answer that properly, Sean. I mean, I would defend my child with my own life, should it ever come down to it. As far as how this all went down with Dee Dee and Gypsy Rose and crazy ex-boyfriend, there are a whole bunch of other ways that it could have been resolved. I think also Dad should have been a little bit more involved, checking up on his daughter instead of just taking the word of baby mama.
You know, you say that there's all these other ways that this could be resolved, but there was so much just painfully obvious evidence of what this mother was doing all along the way. And
I'm not excusing what she did. She should have rotted in jail for the rest of her life.
Yeah.
But as far as how it all stopped, that kid should definitely be in jail for the rest of his life.
Man, he stabbed her 17 times in the back, and then they went and had sex.
Yeah, him and Gypsy Rose. Yeah,
and he talked about and denied it during the interrogation, but talked about that he did something to the mama's dead body too.
Really? I don't, that part I don't remember. JR on YouTube says, yes, Sean, but what gives anybody the right to take a life? Me. I don't care. Like, there's this weird thing out there where everybody's like, but it's against the law. If I find myself in a position where the morally right thing to do is to kill somebody, I will kill that person, right? I don't think that's even controversial, really. I just think
that is very controversial. Morals, one of the top, things as far as morals go is not killing people.
Then if you're gonna say that's controversial, take my hypothetical. Here's my hypothetical. You are in your house. Your mother is there. all right? Somebody busts in the front door of the house. You have a gun. That person has a gun, and they're coming down the hallway towards your mother. You're not going to shoot and kill that person?
I would likely do that because I am defending my mother's life. Am I going to stab them 17 times and then have sex with my lover afterwards? No.
Well, strip the sex part out. But if you didn't have a gun and a knife was the only option and you stabbed them 17 times, this is
17
stuff you have to
times
do.
makes it more personal. Let's be honest here.
Wow.
If you're
Could've gone
defending
for
yourself,
18.
right in the throat. And then I run away and call the cops. Next question.
Somebody's saying controversial. This isn't controversial. I think this is just realistic.
So controversial.
No, it's not. When you feel like your life is in danger or you want to do something that you feel is right, if somebody ends up dead in the mix, why would you care? Like, I don't mourn for this woman's dead mother. Now, if there's other stuff there, I don't know. I mean, like, I don't know what he did afterwards or whatever. I still think a life sentence for that crime in particular without the possibility of parole is too much. I think that there should be a possibility of parole for a young person. Well, she didn't get it because obviously she wasn't charged directly with the murder of her mother, right? I mean, because she was just like an accomplice to the whole thing and convinced him to do what he did. And the craziest thing, she met some other dude while she was behind bars. And am I wrong on this? I think they're married now. Or
so the guy that she's pictured hanging out with now?
The dude, like right out of jail. She goes right out of prison, and she goes and she's hanging out with this guy, and they're kissing in this photograph.
So the poor guy that killed the mother is rotting away in prison.
Poor guy.
And she...
Christ, you guys.
And he did this for her because he loved her. And she got out...
because he was a nut job.
No, it was a nut job, maybe, but also that he loved her, right? If you would not have done this if he wasn't in love with this girl who he thought was being abused by her mother. And I think that now she's moved on, clearly. she's head on to the next one. And some guy, I guess, he was talking with his friend, this dude. I don't know how old he is. See if you could find anything out about the guy that Gypsy Rose Blanchard is with.
They're remarried. My wife is correcting me because she's following this very closely on social medias.
Okay, so she is married to this new guy. And I guess the guy was talking with his friend, and his friend had watched a different docuseries, and he was like, I'm gonna send this person a message that's in jail. And he goes, you know what? I'm gonna send that Gypsy Rose Blanchard a message. Let's see what happens with that. And he sends her a message, and they start talking back and forth. And now here they are. She's out. She gets freed, and they're together, spending some time with each other. And this girl is everywhere. Sealand said, I think she got verified on Instagram within a day or two. Yeah. She's posted on like her TikTok account. And there are a ton of people. And by the way, this is creepy, some of you. But there are a ton of people who are treating this girl like a hero. Like, and the reason I say it's creepy, there was people who were waiting in the parking lot for her to be released. Like, just let it happen. You don't have to be out in the parking lot. You don't have to be out there with like a bunch of signs and stuff. She's going home, and just let that happen. But she has a ton of supporters out there. Okay, quick break. Oh my God, I can't believe I still didn't play the dispatches. I've got those ready to go, but we're going to do them after we do the next episode. What's coming up on the next episode?
What's coming up on the next episode? Speaking of the devil, Gypsy Rose is dotting her T's and crossing her I's as she makes the most of her recent freedom. Ian Ziering is recovering after being hit by a mini bike-nado. Plus, there are super fans, and then there are fans who theme their funerals after their favorite rappers. All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by Gringos Locos and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James, Miguel, Ken, and Mike. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air. Hey, everybody. Good Tuesday to you. Jamie King, Fox 35 Storm Center. Want to update you on our Tuesday weather for the remainder of the day here in Central Florida. Sunny, cool conditions, low 60s. North winds at 5 to 15. For tonight, partly cloudy, colder, low mid-40s. Winds are light from the north at 5. Wednesday, 70 degrees with a rain chance late in the day through the overnight into early Thursday at about 50%. 65 Thursday, a wake-up temp in the mid-upper 50s. For Fox 35, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Jamie King.
This report is sponsored by Stand Up to Cancer.
Joe Buck and John Smoltz welcoming you back to the City Center Convenience Mart. Uh-oh. She's looking at the cigarettes, but she just grabs the gum off the counter. Stand Up to Cancer and Rally want you to reduce your risk for cancer. Go to takeahealthystand.org.
If you're the victim of a car crash, never rush to settle with the insurance companies and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anna Jar Levine. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation. And take back control of your life.
In Office Orlando.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window, and we would like to manufacture and install your windows. Every single New South window is custom manufactured just for your home. Now you can buy 2 windows and get the third absolutely free.
Call 1-800-NEW-WINDOWS or visit newsouthwindow.com.
Carl Black Chevrolet is an official sponsor of the 2024 Hula Bowl at UCF's FBC Mortgage Stadium on Saturday, January 13th. Log on to carlblack.com/hula and enter to win a Hula Bowl prize pack, including a pair of VIP tickets to the game, hotel accommodations, a meet and greet with top Hula Bowl players, $500 spending cash, and more. Carl Black Chevrolet Buick GMC Orlando, 11500 East Colonial Drive. Online at carlblackorlando.com. Chevy, find new roads.
Hosted by true crime author and killer storyteller Mary Kay McBrayer, the new podcast, The Greatest True Crime Stories Ever Told, delivers riveting narratives about killers, scammers, journalists, and Avengers. Drawing from years of research, this podcast redefines true crime, breaking free from stereotypes.
She provided investigators in Mountain City, Tennessee, with exactly the evidence they needed to take 4 murderers to court.
Listen to The Greatest True Crime Stories Ever Told on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Oh, this cold.
Honey?
Honey?
Honey, you need DayQuil Severe Honey.
DayQuil Severe Honey gives you powerful cold and flu symptom relief with a honeylicious taste, because life doesn't stop for a cold.
Okay, I'm ready to go.
No, I'm getting a cold.
Honey.
Try DayQuil Severe Honey for powerful cold and flu relief. DayQuil Severe with honey flavor. The daytime coughing, aching, stuffy head, fever, honeylicious, power through your day medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in an accident and would like to know the value of your case, go to forthepeople.com to see cases just like yours. You see, all lawyers are not the same. Morgan & Morgan.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
You made it through the holidays. Now it's time to figure out if that constant sniffle is a cold or allergies. Aspire Allergy and Sinus can help. I know, you're busy. Who has time to get an allergy test and go in for weekly allergy shots? At Aspire, we make it easy by providing same-day results and a treatment plan tailored just for you. Forget the over-the-counter meds. Aspire has solutions that actually work, so you can say goodbye to allergies for good. Go to aspireallergy.com to schedule your appointment. That's aspireallergy.com.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations waiting for you right now, like 70s Rock Ride, a commercial-free station featuring the best in 70s rock. Just search 70s Rock Ride and listen now on your free iHeartRadio app. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
Find us on Threads at Real Radio 1041, powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. The show that takes you from Skywall summer to Jack Rocket fall.
Entertainment and beyond, and welcome to 2024. We appreciate you. We love you. And go subscribe to the podcast, friends, and hit like on the stream as well, and to share this show Tuesday. You can learn more over at thenewsjunkie.com. Here we go. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, and you can't possibly keep up with all of it, even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
I'm not going to spend my life being a color.
You agree with me?
Nothing. Weather's...
Woo!
Smoke weed every day.
Hold up. The next episode brought to you by That Mortgage Guy Don. ThatMortgageGuyDon.com. And, of course, the Home Loans Radio Show. It's a new year, new you, perhaps new home. And if you're starting the process, maybe you're in your dream home already and you want to refinance, start that process with That Mortgage Guy Don. He is an expert, he is your friend, and he is available all the time. Go to thatmortgageguydon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguydon.com.
It was 83 years ago, 1941, the Andrews Sisters recorded this song right here.
But then his number came up and he was gone with the
Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy?
That is right.
The Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy of Company B.
It was recorded on Decca Records, and it became, and I quote, a classic World War II hit.
This is the original recording right here. They were way ahead of their time.
They really were. And can you imagine buying the CD, like World War II Greatest Hits, Part 1 and 2? What else would be on there? But there you have it. Not starting off the year on a high note. Hopefully it just gets better from here. But Ian Ziering is making headlines. He escaped a close call after an altercation with, of all things, a biker gang.
Yeah. Didn't they say a mini biker gang?
That is correct. A mini biker gang.
The headlines that they said that I saw first said Ian Ziering had fight with mini biker gang, and I go,
does that
is that
mean
what I think it is?
Little people on regular sized bikes, or normal sized people on mini bikes?
I think it could mean both, but in this
there's
case,
a video of it, right?
Yeah, I'm going to see if I can bring this up because it got a little crazy.
Now they call him the OG Beverly Hills 90210, but let's be perfectly clear, he was my co-star in Sharknado, and has been the star of Sharknadoes. So that's what I will call him moving forward. He seemingly confronted a biker who was among a group weaving in and out of traffic in the heart of Hollywood on New Year's Eve. Now, some
here's the footage. Sorry, C-Lane. For those of you watching on YouTube or Twitch.tv,
those are mini bikes.
Yeah, they're on little motorcycles, and they surround his car, and then he just runs away from his car as fast as he can. He's got like 5 people trying to kick his ass. Ready? He just runs and tries to get away from all of them. And
this looks so stupid.
It looks fake, doesn't it? It looks like it's from a movie, but it's real. They were trying to get him, and he just ran away finally.
And the person filming does nothing.
Yeah, and how about we arrest all of the people that did this, for God's sake? Man.
That's what he's calling for now. He just spoke with TMZ. Now, I guess the eyewitnesses said that his car might have been hit. A fight broke out, and the actor was swarmed by a number of the motorbike riders, and then there has been no word on arrests. And from what I understand, Ian, yeah.
That's the way I think, Ian.
He is calling for LAPD to, I don't know, do something about it.
Yeah.
So,
geez, imagine that.
This gal's doing something about her sexual abuse that apparently happened.
Huh?
That is not the version I'm familiar with.
Bette Midler?
Okay, this is supposed to be Straight Up by Paula Abdul.
Oh, is that how the beginning goes and we just didn't know?
I was not aware of. Perhaps it's the jazz version of it. So she is suing the producer of this show right here.
Hey, American Idol.
And that is how that song goes. She is suing Nigel Lithgow. He is a very familiar face. He was like...
Yep.
Yeah, he was definitely involved a lot more when it was season 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah,
And-
I don't know if he was on the show that much, but he was like the brains behind American Idol.
And he's also behind like X Factor or Britain's Got Talent or something like that, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So she might be forever your girl, but she is straight up taking a stand against the former American Idol boss that she said crossed the line. She filed a lawsuit against producer Nigel Lithgow on grounds of sexual assault and battery, sexual harassment, gender violence, and negligence. Now, she claims that he verbally insulted and belittled her in a 2001 meeting, but once she joined the show, she accuses him of assaulting her in an elevator. Abdul's suit says that she didn't speak out in fear of retaliation, but also alleges that in 2014, he again tried to force himself on her after a dinner at his house. Now, Paula Standout also accused the producer of assaulting one of her assistants, known as April, during a taping of So You Think You Can Dance in 2015. She is also alleging that she was paid less than her male co-judges on American Idol and was constantly bullied by production staff. Now, Nigel is denying the deeply offensive sexual assault lawsuit, is instead alleging that she had, and I quote, a history of erratic behavior.
Mm-hmm.
And does that mean just her clapping or everything else that had actually happened?
Was this filed in New York or no?
There we go.
That's the right
no
one.
idea what that other version was.
The reason why I asked that very weird question is because we have seen this onslaught of cases like this because of that
Yeah.
New York law change. And
Yeah, but I think that was supposed to be over. I mean, that window was supposed to be shut.
It was because it was the expiration of that law. It was actually filed in L.A. County. And in the documents, they're also saying that one of the initial seasons, he hopped into that elevator. Once the doors had closed shut, he shoved her against the wall, grabbed her genitals and breasts, and then tried to, and I quote, tongue her down.
Okay.
Whatever that means.
I've done that many times. The tongue her down part, not the other stuff. Not
Consensual
the other
tonguing
stuff.
down, I
The
imagine,
regular-
right, Sean?
Regular tongue her down stuff.
So he is absolutely denying it. Yesterday, however, out of the blue, I learned out these claims in the press. I want to be clear. Not only are they false, deeply offensive to me and to everything I stand for. Her history of erratic behavior is well known. I can't pretend to understand exactly why she would file a lawsuit that she must know is untrue.
All right. You know what? So whenever you hear these stories, I think the timing is usually something where you go, all right, why did this take so long? But what he's doing is slimy too. You see, all the different sentences that you read there were full of these things like she's erratic. And because her character on American Idol and her character in real life were kind of based around is Paula on drugs right now, or what's in the cup she's got in front of her?
Doesn't mean it didn't happen.
No, but I'm saying that's what you understand what he's doing. He's mentioning that in his statement to say, like, you guys know how crazy this chick is.
She's at it again. This guy right here is catching a lot of heat for something that I believe everyone did.
Well, I called my wife.
Oh.
It rhymes with Blake Shelton.
Blake Shelton.
That is correct. And Blake Shelton, he's being dragged online for his pre-recorded New Year's Eve performance.
Yeah.
So I'm saying it's an embarrassment to country music. And I
Sure
say,
is.
yeah. And I also say that everyone else pre-recorded theirs.
This is him? This is his song?
Yeah, I try to find like the top Blake Shelton songs, and they're all so incredibly slow and sad and
This
boring.
sucks.
So this is the
Oh, isn't this what his bar's named after?
I have no idea. I don't follow Blake.
If that's what Blake Shelton sounds like, he sucks. That is not good.
He was featured on CBS New Year's Eve Live, Nashville's Big Bash. That was billed as a live show, but folks figured out it was pre-recorded and then trashed him online. Blake and Trace Atkins reunited for the show, singing Hillbilly Bone and Hell Right.
What?
Hell Right.
All right.
Instead of hell no, hell
No,
yes,
I get
hell right.
What's hillbilly bone?
It's at the bone that you find right between the femur and the knee
Forgot that in
bone.
the song. Yeah, I don't remember that part.
They quickly caught on, the fans, and ripped the network and Blake for double booking, firing some angry tweets because in real life he was at a casino in Oklahoma and fans caught him there. Now, I don't know if he said anything about it so far, but his wife, Gwen Stefani, she's working too. She had a gig over in Vegas, and that was live for reals this time.
Promise?
I actually cannot promise you anything, but I hope so. My fingers are crossed. And very exciting for Gypsy Rose. Talked about her a little bit earlier. There she is. That's the only song she has on YouTube.
Okay.
She is now free.
That
released.
is some of the creepiest audio.
She was in the wheelchair that she didn't need, singing in front of a big audience there. She has a Lifetime movie coming out, by the way, on Friday, as well as an ebook about her experience. She says she wants to meet Taylor Swift, but a parole officer told her to get the hell out of Missouri because apparently she was moving to Louisiana to live with her husband now, not her boyfriend.
By the way, okay, I don't want to say this as if I'm saying it in defense of Gypsy Rose Blanchard's mother. I don't want to say I'm defending her, but of all the things you can learn that you know how to do in life, wouldn't it be crazy to learn that you could actually walk? I mean, most people don't get that moment.
I think she knew, but her mom, every time, like, she could only walk in her room. But
if you thought you were in a wheelchair for the rest of your life, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, I can walk.
It's a miracle. And she could also eat solid foods and didn't need a feeding tube.
You'd probably need like physical therapy.
Oh, yeah, because your body is like building muscles in the legs is impossible.
My favorite was her first selfie of freedom in the mirror.
Freedom
shot.
selfie.
And so, yeah, there you have it. You'll see her new Lifetime docuseries coming out, as well as the ebook called Released Conversations on the Eve of Freedom, out January 9th. And speaking of freedom, guess what's in the public domain, baby?
Oh, it's old Steamboat Willie.
M-I-K-E-Y. Actually, Steamboat Willie. And apparently some Minnie Mouse version as well. So since it hit public domain, meaning no copyright protection of the intellectual property, we have got horror movies in the works.
Yep.
This year, 2024, we'll see Steamboat Willie in a horror slasher film by the name of, gosh, what is that? Legal experts. Oh, I guess they just didn't give out the name.
Well, within
Mickey's
the first
Mousetrap. There it is. Mickey's Mousetrap.
Within the first 24 hours, I saw that they're working on this horror movie. There's now a first-person shooter with Steamboat Willie.
Nice.
It's like you're annihilating characters that have mouse ears on them. There was a bunch of different porn-related things. It was just as expected, I think.
Yeah, we have Steamboat Willie, a horror movie that will follow the sadistic mouse who torments a group of unsuspecting ferry passengers. Infestation 88, a new co-op horror game where players are hunted by the original Mickey Mouse. And while Steamboat Willie is the clear headliner, other notable works now in the public domain include Peter Pan, the play, by J.M. Barrie. We have Agatha Christie's Hercule Poirot. This is 2024. I'm going to learn how to read, everybody. It's
Just
a novel.
Agatha Christie.
Agatha Christie, The Mystery of the Blue Train. We also have Charlie Chaplin's silent film, The Circus, on public domain. Lady Chatterley's Lover, the Virginia Woolf novel Orlando, a biography. And the music and lyrics to Let's Do It, Let's Fall in Love by Cole Porter.
Nice.
So congratulations. Batman and Superman will become public domain in 2034. On the boob tube, my friends.
Who's the leader of the club that's made for you and me?
We got Celebrity Jeopardy with
It's
people I've never heard
damn
of.
time. I've been waiting for this to come back. It's been very entertaining.
It's a good day for you. Only Murders in the Building, the network premiere, 3 back-to-back episodes. The Floor, series premiere on Fox. This is a good one. Get your popcorn ready. A Citizen's Guide to Preserving Democracy on PBS tonight. Yeah. And Help, I'm in a Secret Relationship on MTV. All late nights on repeat, but you follow your dreams and me on Instagram at Sabrina Ambra. And most importantly, stay with me, America.
Smoke weed every day.
Thank you, Sabrina. When we come back, we'll get into the first dispatches of 2024. Woo! Some bangers, I'm sure. Plus, a moment when the clock struck midnight where everybody did it all wrong. What happened? Wait till you hear this. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio. 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Shop the best quality jewelry and lowest price. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Authorities are clearing up an accident causing bumper-to-bumper traffic northbound on Florida's Turnpike between Colonial Drive and Hancock Road. Travel with caution. There's delays in Volusia County on I-4 due to an accident eastbound near US 92. You could expect bumper-to-bumper traffic on I-4 eastbound before US 27 and after State Road 429. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by ViStar Credit Union. ViStar Credit Union's 20th Central Florida branch is coming soon to Altamont Springs. ViStar is ready to help you reach your financial goals and life goals. Visit ViStarCU.org/Altamont Springs for more details and get ready to come visit at 151 North State Road 434. Federally insured by NCUA.
My best dad tip, okay, one time our power went out and we couldn't watch TV or play video games or whatever, but we still had the best time pulling out flashlights and building a fort in their room, telling stories. So last week, I just turned off the main breaker and yelled, "Power's out!" I mean, why wait for a storm? Just make the fun part happen yourself. I mean, you can do it tonight.
Dads, try this idea or try something else. Just choose to be a father first today.
In this week's Marketers Report, we hear about the importance of local radio from Allison Griffin, head of marketing at State Farm.
iHeart has such a broad broadcast reach that is local, and for us to be able to touch customers with a local feel but at a national scale is so efficient and important for us.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, trusted influencers, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, a Pfizer vaccine.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Happy New Year from Tools Ace Hardware. You know, it's a great time to think about bringing something new to the backyard. Thankfully, Tools Ace Hardware carries the best brands and grills from Weber, Big Green Egg, Traeger, and Napoleon. And they also have pizza ovens from Uni and Gosney. Plus, you want to make sure everyone has a place to sit. Do that with outdoor furniture from Pollywood. Plus, get free assembly and delivery when you shop in-store at any of the Tools Ace Hardware's 12 convenient Central Florida locations, or when you shop online at toolsacehardware.com. It's Tools Ace, your local helpful place.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Last year, over 3 million people called Morgan & Morgan in their time of need. And with over 1 million of those calls coming from previous clients, friends, and family.
My name is Jeannie. I was sitting in traffic and I was hit twice from behind by 2 different cars. My first thought was Morgan & Morgan. I was very surprised at how easy it was. I did not have to go into the office. I did everything by text. They needed documents. I could sign them. I could upload them. I could send them right back with ease. Call Morgan & Morgan. It's easier than you think.
Thank you for trusting us. We've become the largest injury firm in the world because we've won a lot. The word is out. Size matters. Reputation matters. We're America's largest injury law firm for a reason. With over 900 dedicated attorneys and climbing, we're ready wherever you are, whatever you need. The choice is easy. We're just a phone call away. Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Maybe you've heard about semaglutide, the new FDA-approved drug helping people lose weight like crazy without strict dieting. But here's what you might not know. Red Mountain Weight Loss has full-strength semaglutide in their newest medication called Revelex. It's specially formulated to give you full-strength semaglutide without side effects. So with Revelex, you'll lose up to 15 pounds a month without stomach pain or nausea. And it's not a shot. It's a tablet. So you can skip the weekly trips to the doctor's office. But here's the best part. Revelex costs about half of what you'll pay for other semaglutide medications. That's right. I said half the price. So why go anywhere else? At Red Mountain, you get no shots, No side effects, just results. And for half the price. Trust the leader in medical weight loss. Red Mountain Weight Loss has helped millions of people lose weight safely, and they can help you too. Just go to redmountainweightloss.com. That's redmountainweightloss.com.
Monster Jam. As big as it gets. Coming to Camping World Stadium March 2nd. Brought to you by BKT Tires, Great Clips, Circle K, and your local Ford dealer. You have to see it live, so don't miss it. Lock in your seats today at monsterjam.com.
Oh, this cold.
Honey?
Honey?
Honey, you need DayQuil Severe Honey.
DayQuil Severe Honey gives you powerful cold and flu symptom relief with a honeylicious taste, because life doesn't stop for a cold.
Okay, I'm ready to go.
Now I'm getting a cold.
Honey.
Try DayQuil Severe Honey for powerful cold and flu relief. DayQuil Severe with honey flavor. The daytime coughing, aching, stuffy head, fever, honeylicious, power through your day medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
When you call me for an injury case, you don't pay a dime unless we win. The call and the advice are always free. Injured on the go, just call Mo. 866-CALL-MO. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorneys.
The number one cause of accidents is distracted driving, like cell phones, eating, and playing with the radio. So leave it right here on Real Radio. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Find out at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Send him your tips and your deepest, darkest secrets. Email tips.
College football is so corny. I learned that this weekend. I'm so over all this stuff. There's too many bowl games with too many sponsors, and there's like...
Hold on. Can I guess which sponsor you're about to talk about?
Go for it. What do you think?
I saw one that it is a brand that I like.
Mm-hmm.
It is a brand that we use in my house.
Yeah.
But their bowl game had a lot of cheese, and that was the Duke's Mayo Bowl.
That's so bad, man. There's so many of them. That's not the one that's got me fired up. I think that the college football world needs to get rid of this corniness, because that's what it is. Over the weekend, there were all of these different games, right? One of them was the Pop-Tart Bowl. And
wasn't that in town?
Yeah, and if you saw the mascot, it was the first edible mascot for a bowl game, and people could eat the Pop-Tart.
That's kind of weird.
And by the way, tell me how this makes any sense at all. The Pop-Tart starts out before the bowl game by jumping into the toaster, and it's like, oh, I'm so happy. And like the Pop-Tart was thrilled to go in the toaster. So it'd be murder. This would be an act of suicide if the Pop-Tart was jumping in itself and you're frying yourself up. But it's like, oh, so excited and eager to get in there. And everybody's cheering. Oh, my God. Which one is better? Is the Pop-Tart Bowl better, or is the Cheez-It Bowl better? Which mascot? And they're taking shots at each other. The Cheez-It Bowl mascot is making fun of the Pop-Tart mascot. What is going on? You're adults, all of you. What is happening here? I mean, have a little fun, but wow.
We can't wait to eat you.
People tweeting about their favorite mascot for the bowl game is super cringe to me. This is really, really weird. It used to just be like, it seemed at least, like there was a decent number of bowl games, and they were sponsored by your big companies. You know, they were sponsored by Budweiser, or they were sponsored by Pepsi or Coca-Cola or American Express. And now it feels like, you know what it feels like? It feels like when there's a television show that is in the midst of a boycott attack, and all of the mainstream advertisers disappear, and you've got the MyPillow guy, and you've got somebody hawking gold, and you've got like definitely like some sort of consumer protection thing. You hear them on this station sometimes too, I'm sure. But it's just all of those are the companies sponsoring the bowl games. Duke's Mayonnaise is supposed to be like a hush-hush thing, man.
Duke's Mayonnaise, they had their own bowl. They had the Mayo mascot. Both of the goalposts, you know how they have like a giant cushion on the bottom of it if you run right to it?
Yeah.
Those were made to look like jars of mayonnaise with like white with the yellow label and the
I'm hungry.
And then like the commentators had to taste like mayo nachos and stuff. They had people taking shots at mayo or chugging mayo eggnog. And then the worst part was, you know how they usually dump Gatorade on the winning coach?
No, they didn't.
They damn well dumped a
you're kidding
big
me.
vat of Duke's mayo.
That takes a while, right? Or do they, liquefy it a bit?
I don't know. I think maybe it just wasn't totally full so that it could, could pour out of there a little more easily.
What happened to them just sponsoring the show? That would be like if we did Mills Air Fridays, where we turn off the air conditioning in all the studios.
Not a bad idea.
Sweat ourselves
Watch your
out.
words, man.
Love me some Mills Air, but I don't know. I mean, it seems like at some point this has run away from us. And you got the Cheez-It is out on the field during this bowl game, putting on a show, dancing around. They're trying to do the after game interviews on the field, and the Cheez-It's like breaking in to try to get the brand in front of. Oh my God, it's just so corny, man. What has happened here? Can we reduce the amount of bowl games or like limit it so the person can advertise in the center of the field, but we're not pouring Duke's mayonnaise on one another?
I don't know. It's kind of fun. Click the link I just sent you.
All right, hang on. Let me see. Don't pull up anything just yet.
That should have the picture of what I was showing you, where they dumped the mayo on the coach, who said after continuing the tradition, "I feel cold, I feel wet, but I feel like a winner."
Oh, and they said fans were celebrating by taking shots of mayonnaise. What is wrong with you people? What is going on here? All right, I'm seeing there's a bunch of photos in here. Duke's Mayo says, people are chugging mayo eggnog. They were thrilled with this.
Yeah, scroll down.
Are you kidding me?
Ew.
That's disgusting. Why would you subject yourself to this? This used to be a respected sport. College football is melting in front of our very eyes. My good God.
I don't hate it.
You don't hate the mayonnaise bucket, though?
I love mayonnaise. I don't know if I, necessarily, I'd probably draw the line at getting it dumped on me, but
I don't think I'm going to take shots of it.
No. I'm changing, though.
Put it in a sandwich.
I don't know what's happening to me anymore. All of a sudden, I'm eating sandwiches with mayonnaise on them, which was a thing I never did. I'm eating lettuce. I'm eating salads.
Wow.
I don't know what's going on.
Well, your taste buds are going to be a little different now that they're not being just fried with smoke all the time.
That's what they say. I'm waiting for the impacts of that. But, I don't know if it's related to the stopping smoking or what. I just have been eating all kinds of stuff that I never in my life would eat. The Pop-Tart, the Cheez-It, it's got to go, folks. The mayonnaise buckets pouring on people. We have to respect ourselves more than this, I think. We brought ourselves down to a new low.
Not when you get a fat paycheck, dude.
Does Duke's Mayo have that kind of money, you think?
Probably.
Yeah. For sure, dude.
It's not like one of the big giant corporations owns it, is it?
They're not big mayonnaise like a Hellman's or something, but they're big.
Because if I found out behind the scenes, like some giant corporation actually owns Duke's and it's not some mom and pop kind of company.
It's not really anymore. I mean, they got national commercials. That takes a bunch of money.
Yeah, this is not cheap to advertise one of these bowl games and to get all the different things that they had integrated into the broadcast. Washington escaped with a win over Texas. It's unacceptable. I can't believe it, and I'm reeling from it today. But we now know who is in the national game.
2019, Falfurious Capital Partners acquired CF Sauer and the Duke's brand.
No, they bought it?
Yeah.
Now it's Big Duke's, and that sounds bad, too. Okay, let's go to you. I've been teasing it for far too long, but we want to hear your lovely voices for the first time in 2024. Remember, do that at thenewsjunkie.com. The app is RIP. You've got a couple of months to transfer over and start sending dispatches and doing everything you need to do on the website. If there's anything that isn't working seamlessly for you, for instance, I'm working on, if you're playing something through thenewsjunkie.com, making sure that, like, on the screen, all the graphics come up the right way and the right text comes up if you're on CarPlay. All that stuff is happening behind the scenes, but the app is dead. There's just too many problems with the gatekeeping in these app stores, and it's so much easier to go, oh, this is a problem we could fix, and roll out an update to the website. So go to thenewsjunkie.com. Here we go. Let's see what we got. Here is Snob Wasson chiming in about smoking.
Happy 2024, junkies.
Hey!
Glad to have you back. So, Wasson, you got this cigarette thing, man. I quit smoking this year after 28 years of smoking. Cold turkey.
Nice.
3 times cold turkey.
Wait.
But this time it finally stuck. So I know if I can do it, buddy, you can do it. And I tell you what, it's been over 6 months now and my lungs are loving me. I feel 100% better. It's one of the best things you can do for your life, man. I'm just telling you, if you can put them down and stay away, put them down and stay away.
You know,
hope you guys enjoy your 2024.
You too.
Can't wait to hear what this year has to play out.
I have to tell you, I'm trying to sort out like what is happening, what changes are going on as a result of not smoking for only like 8 days now, but I can already see a couple of things. And some of them might be just placebo type stuff, but I used to, especially if I had a lot to drink, I used to wake up, they used to call them the Sunday scaries. Except I would have the Sunday scaries like every day of the week.
Monday scaries, Tuesday scaries.
I had them like every day of the week. And it would take 2/3 of the day gone by before finally I'm like, oh, okay, I'm feeling a little bit better now. And my stress and anxiety has dropped pretty noticeably, almost in a dramatic way in the last week or so. I don't know if that has something to do with the nicotine or what it is, but that's just been one of the noticeable things for me.
What about your blood pressure?
I have not checked, but my blood pressure was way down. You remember it was through the roof before, and I haven't checked on my triglycerides in a while, but those are probably still sky high. We'll have to see. All that was before made some changes, and so the blood pressure had gone way down, but quitting smoking, I think, in the short term does send it back up until you get full on past it. We'll see. Here's another one. Here's Makasani with a dispatch.
If you kill a murderer, there are still the same amount of murderers in the world. Don't stop at one.
Whoa.
Whoa,
wiggle, wiggle. Pop, pop.
Jeez, he wants to... He's like, what's his name?
Mind F.
No. He's like...
Confucius?
No, I'm thinking of not Drake, the killer on the show.
Killer on the show.
The one that you did for the first next episode?
Oh,
Dexter.
Right.
He's talking
Anti-hero.
full Dexter, where he's like, if I kill the killers, I'm still doing something decent for the world. And I'm, not just killing innocent people out there. There's got to be at least one of those people actually doing that. Here is Jazzy Josh talking about best of, I guess.
Hey, what's up?
Hey.
Over the break, I was listening to Best Of, and it's always funny. Every now and then you'll hear a segment, and you'll remember where you were and what you were doing the day you heard it. Like when you played How to Make a 3-Cheese Blend, and that was like 9 years ago or something like that. And I could remember the house I was working on and what I was doing that day. It's funny how that happens.
I would think, especially for new listeners, Best Of would be this cool time for you to catch up on what's happening on the show and the lore of the show and things that you might have missed over the years. But some people, especially you folks who are big fans of the show, they start raging after a week or so. They're like, hey, get back in here. How dare you take a vacation? Can't stand this anymore. There was some good stuff on there, stuff that I had forgotten as well.
Same. And, we take all of the angry comments and we make note of it. And then we end up
throw
doing
them away.
Yeah, we do the same thing every
and
year.
I do the same stuff next year.
Without a doubt, with not even a second guess.
Obi-Wan Cannoli on Twitch says, Sean seems less irritable today. I should be more, I think, but here I am. Big Doug Millionaire says, yeah, except for that fight with Sabrina. That wasn't a fight.
Yeah.
You think that was a fight? My God.
You should definitely put that in best of then.
Oh, I don't have any of those saved. So that would
You've
be
been
a
listening
real,
long enough.
that'd be
That
a
is
real
nothing.
son of a bitch if you guys turned on Best Of and it was just an all-out brawl between the two of you.
No, that's not a fight, sir. I haven't heard a fight in a long time. If you think that was one, that's just a difference in opinion, which
makes
happens.
great radio.
Sure,
Or something.
sometimes it does. Let's see. We got I'm a PC talking about this Gypsy Rose Blanchard.
Leave Gypsy alone. Also, Sabrina picked me for Fritz on the Street.
Oh, man.
Yeah, we got that, huh?
That's tomorrow, huh? My God, I forgot about that. Just in with a dispatch.
What up, y'all?
Hey.
Share the show Tuesday. Happy New Year's. All the good stuff.
Nice.
So, Sean, when does the time for the those little drop boxes at the fire station expire? I got a 15-year-old. Man, this kid, he's taller than me now, so he thinks he's the big guy in the house. But other than that,
Take out his knees.
You got to establish dominance, sir. Dylan, I think, is probably taller than me now. I don't know.
Did we set a date yet?
No. I don't think there's been any developments there. I sure hope not. No, I can't tell you that.
Okay.
It's just things that would make me think maybe you need to get some other things in order before we do anything crazy like get married. Here is
Other things in order. No, I'm not making you do it, man.
That pause is like, maybe we were going to get something on the air.
Let's go over here. Here is Dementos with the dispatch.
Yo, what's going on, junkies?
Hey.
Welcome back. Happy New Year.
You too.
I don't know about you guys, but I had a little time off. Not much, just one day. But when I got to work today,
One day?
it's like I literally showed up to a dumpster fire. Like every single one of the places I go to, it's just completely murked. I mean, everything is broken. Well,
You're
Happy
going to
New
be
Year.
fine. Look, this week is also a throwaway week. Everybody should know that. This week is still a throwaway week. The last 2 weeks of December are throwaway weeks where nobody's like checked in at all. Everybody's checked out, I should say. And the first week of January is the same. There's a lot of kids still out of school right now.
And there's companies that are still off until Wednesday.
Or people who take vacation because the kids are not back in school. They're on the holiday break. And so some people take the final week of December or as close as they can get to it with Christmas, and then the first week of January. And then things get more normal as of next Monday.
When
so
do we
we're kind of
take down the Christmas decorations?
Oh, we already got the tree down. I was asking when C-Lane was going to take us down because they've been up for a while now.
You guys will be shocked by this, but there's good reason. My decorations are gone. They are.
Really?
Yep. It took Ashley. I know. Took Ashley all of about 3 hours total to pack up all the ornaments and all the Christmas trees and stuff. And she did it earlier than normal because she wanted to do it on a day where I would still be there to like keep the child company.
Mm-hmm, sure, yeah, that makes sense.
Because if not,
you guys-
it's usually like, wait till January 5th or something like that. It would be like this upcoming weekend would be the time that we de-Christmas the house.
You know what is wild to me? I think this may be something that's changing because we've made Christmas so long. But every day in December, all the stations, Christmas music, Christmas music, Christmas music. Everywhere you go, Christmas music. And the day after Christmas, in the car, hit the stations, almost the vast majority, I think, of those Christmas stations, right back to regular music.
Yeah.
The day after Christmas. They do it for 3 weeks before. But the day after, it's like, all right, we're going back to playing that Nicki Minaj song every 15 minutes. Here's Taylor Swift again.
Well, I mean, and like Ashley, my wife, she loves Christmas decorations. She loves stuff like that. So any excuse to keep it up for a little bit longer or to put it up a little earlier, she would take. Mm-hmm. And then one year, a couple weeks into the year, we went to St. Augustine, Florida, just for a couple nights, just to hang out, get away. I think it was a friend's birthday. And St. Augustine keeps their Christmas decorations as a city up through the entirety of January.
Do they really?
Yeah.
Oh my
so
God.
I could understand where for some people they would be like, hey, aren't we done with this? But for Ashley, it was like, this is great. This is Christmas again.
Right. Yeah. Just keep enjoying it. We have more of you chiming in, and we appreciate that. Well, let's do this one. Here's our friend Mo Manji, the realtor, for the first time in 2024.
Hey, guys. I hope you guys are doing well.
You too.
It's good to have you guys back. Sean, I'm super proud of you. Well, good job for quitting smoking.
Don't be proud
I
yet.
gotta try that. But while you guys were gone and were listening to Best Of, there was so many dispatcher names on there that I've never heard again. So I don't know what happens to those people. Thanks. Bye.
Yeah. Did they leave? Yeah, they die. They get pissed off about something. they move. I don't know. Who knows? Sometimes people
they will send dispatches and Sean just doesn't play them.
That could be the case for some people. There's a couple of people that are blackballed over here when they come in.
We did find out that Akbar passed.
He did.
Akbar passed away.
Akbar did pass away.
Bobby Blanco just never really got that phone working, I think.
Nope. No, and you know what? Let's throw this out there as something we'd like to see in 2024. I would love to see some of you folks who haven't dispatched in a very long time come back out of the woodwork. You email me, some of you, from time to time, but you don't send dispatches. Plus those of you who are like, oh, I hate the way my voice sounds. I want to join the show. Only a tiny, 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 tiny fraction of you actually interact with us. And I love to see that change. So go to thenewsjunkie.com, create an account on the website, and start sending in dispatches, commenting on dispatches, doing all of that stuff now. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com for that. All right, we'll get into more of those. We've got to talk about something that happened on live TV that wasn't supposed to happen on live TV, and a whole lot more coming up next on the News Junkie.
You know you can always text us, unless you're driving, at 77031. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
Authorities are clearing up an accident causing bumper-to-bumper traffic northbound on Florida's Turnpike between Colonial Drive and Hancock Road. Travel with caution. There's delays in Volusia County on I-4 due to an accident eastbound near US 92. You could expect bumper-to-bumper traffic on I-4 eastbound before US 27 and after State Road 429. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James.
This report is sponsored by ViStar Credit Union. ViStar Credit Union's 20th Central Florida branch is coming soon to Altamont Springs. ViStar is ready to help you reach your financial goals and life goals. Visit ViStarCU.org/Altamont Springs for more details and get ready to come visit at 151 North State Road 434. Federally insured by NCUA.
Start your new year off the right way, and that's from behind the wheel of your very own Nations Truck. Ford, Chevy, Ram, GMC, Nations Trucks has got them all, and with approved credit, you won't make any payments for 3 months. So take your pick from the largest selection of work trucks, lifted trucks, diesels, and 4x4s, and if you got a few bumps on your credit, not a problem. Nations Trucks has 35 lenders ready to work with you. So visit nationstrucks.com today and check out their badass inventory of amazing trucks, or just go down and see them in person in Sanford on 1792, just 1 mile south of Lake Mary Boulevard. Let them know C-Lane from the News Junkie sent you.
I had my first kid at 19, and this is going to sound strange, but the best advice I can give to other young dads is stay. I wanted to run away. I wanted to just keep living my own life, but I chose to be her dad, and now I'm glad I did. I can't imagine my life without my daughter, and I can't imagine making her grow up without a dad.
Dads, today may feel hard, but it's always the right choice to be a father first.
Men, suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE? Frustrated taking pills that don't work? Here's a message from Premier Men's Medical Center.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Premier Men's Medical Center offers breakthrough treatments with men lasting longer than ever without pain or surgery.
Call now. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You will see instant results right in the office. Call Premier Men's Medical Center now. 407-723-7135. That's 407-723-7135.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Last year, over 3 million people called Morgan & Morgan in their time of need. And with over 1 million of those calls coming from previous clients, friends, and family.
My name is Rita Fowler. I was in the car actually relaxing. I was talking to my sister, and all of a sudden, boom, the car hit us. I wound up actually having a stroke. And that's when I decided to call Morgan & Morgan. The whole operation, everything they did from day one, it was self-explanatory. It was text messages. It was emails. It was a no-brainer. When you think that hiring a lawyer is hard, you haven't called Morgan & Morgan.
Thank you for trusting us. We've become the largest injury firm in the world because we've won a lot. The word is out. Size matters. Reputation matters. We're America's largest injury law firm for a reason. With over 900 dedicated attorneys and climbing, we're ready wherever you are, whatever you need. The choice is easy. We're just a phone call away. Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Mecum Auctions. The world's largest collector car auction returns to Kissimmee, Florida, January 2nd to the 14th at Osceola Heritage Park. Featuring 4,000 muscle cars, Corvettes, customs, and more. Broadcast live on Motor Trend and Motor Trend Plus. From avid collectors to those new to the Mecum experience, we welcome everyone. Register to bid now at Mecum.com.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZzzQuil.
ZzzQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZzzQuil nights. Explore our products at ZzzQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by crimeline.org. Give a tip anonymously.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations waiting for you to explore right now, like 70s Rock Ride, Pink Floyd, Eagles, Van Halen, Tom Petty, Zeppelin, and more. Try something new for 2024. Just open the free iHeartRadio app, search 70s Rock Ride, and listen now. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good. iHeartRadio.
The only radio show strong enough to fight off a Category 5 hurricane. This
Moments. Give me that Epstein list, man. We're waiting.
You think there are some people that are like really having a stressful morning?
Yeah, there might be some people who might be ready to Epstein themselves as this list is about to be released.
Just in hiding or very, very long vacation somewhere, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, what's happening here, if you don't know, there's been this list connected to Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell, and these are 200 names that have been blacked out and sealed in all these reports. And obviously, because all these are rich, powerful people, there's a huge assumption that you're going to see a whole bunch of names that you know. And these people have flown on the plane of Jeffrey Epstein, which they called Lolita Express. I mean, he didn't call that, but that's what people had called it.
Be a real son of a bitch if you got on that plane and they're like, thank you everybody for boarding the Lolita Express. We have 1 hour and 45-minute flight time today.
I'd hit that inflatable slide just like that one dude who drank the beer and slid down it, and I'd be right on out of there. But there's 200 names here. And
yet your name would still be on the list.
That's true. There's 200 names here that maybe went to his islands or had some connection to this case against Jeffrey Epstein. And there's a lot of talk about Bill Clinton might be on this list. I mean, he's very, very tied to Jeffrey Epstein. The thing is, and I was trying to explain this to Courtney earlier, you guys be
have weird pillow talk.
No, this wasn't like that. It was just she saw something about the Epstein list and she's like, what's going on here? And I said, I guess the basic idea is if you're on this list, they're going to say that you're a pedo. that there's not going to be any.
It's not in anybody's best interest to be on the same, to have their name on the same piece of paper as Jeffrey Epstein, even though it could be just like something like
they love to jet ski.
Who's the female comedian that had dinner at his house and then talked about it? Was it Chelsea Handler?
I think it might have been.
And it was like, I ended up going to this thing. It was a dinner at his house, and it was weird, and I left and never saw the guy again. And it was like, okay, but just to...
Kathy Griffin.
Was it Kathy Griffin?
No, I think it might have been both of them.
Could have been. But just to have that in your past, it's not something that really anybody wants on their resume.
Right, here's an example that might illustrate this a little bit. There's a photograph of Elon Musk and Ghislaine Maxwell, right? And even just being in a picture with one of these two, it's like, oh, wow.
Oh,
so
there's another one like that. There's a photograph of Sabrina and the Subway guy, right?
That's true.
Yes, we were holding his pants.
Jared from Subway. This was prior to any bad news about Jared from Subway.
He was doing a radio tour. I was an intern at the time. I had no idea what he had done. So, but it did allow me to go semi-viral on TikTok because that was my, what do we call him, P-list celebrity?
Yeah. Oh, no, I think he was pretty damn famous at the time, actually.
No, P-list actually is appropriate.
Yeah, P for pedophile.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. All right, yes. And so if you're anyway connected to...
I would just post that picture and go, well, S.
If you're anyway connected to Ghislaine Maxwell or Jeffrey Epstein, they're going automatically to it. I don't know if that's fair. It's just how it's going to go down.
But the list is who went to the island, right?
It's not just that. It's about 200 people in total who are connected to this case that they've been blacking out their names. Some of them, yes, flew to the island, and others different things. But just because you went to Jeffrey Epstein's island doesn't mean there was a teenager who was giving you an HJ. Like, there very well could have been... I don't know, actually. Maybe that was the case.
Sure that was the theme of the whole island. Like, you might not have been getting it as soon as you boarded the plane, but, I mean... I imagine in the room next door somebody was.
That's the problem here. I don't know if that was just the entertainment on this island or if that was just something that Jeffrey Epstein was into. Because if you don't know anything about this story, essentially, Jeffrey Epstein was really working on young girls who were in very, very unfortunate situations financially, usually. And he would have them come over and give them massages, these like teenage girls. Usually they had problems either in their family or, as I said, financially they were struggling, and he promised them big sums of money. And then they would go from giving a massage to doing other things sexually with Jeffrey Epstein. And I guess Ghislaine Maxwell was like a groomer in all of this and was trying to get more girls, et cetera, et cetera. So it would depend on if that was the only entertainment on his island or if there was normal people who were just having regular times out there and they're getting roped into all this. Regardless, it's going to be something that explodes today and tomorrow. BDMXCon says, is Sean Wasson on there? I am not on the list.
They should reveal it like Masked Singer, though. That'd be a lot of fun for everybody.
Like, what they should have is a massive Family Feud answer board. And then let people,
that's a good one.
Let people come up to the microphone and you're like,
or
Bill
guess
Clinton.
who?
And they go, show me Bill Clinton. Ding, 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 ding. And flips over.
Or like, does your possible pedophile have glasses? And then you kind of knock everybody out until you get the final person.
That's kind of what's going to happen here. But these names are now going public with the Epstein list. Serena usually does like, what happened today or what celebrities died, all these kind of things in the next episode. Mm-hmm. And I saw a story about that this morning because the Associated Press does like this day in history and stuff. And on this day in history, I don't do these generally, but I saw it and I go, I wonder what the reaction would be if that happened today. Because on this day in history, in 1974, President Richard Milhouse Nixon, I believe that was his middle name.
It was.
Richard Nixon signed a new law. Now, at the time, there was a lot of problem with oil and with getting enough gas. There was gas shortages. Nixon was not a very popular president, was not president for all that long either. and resigned, one of the few presidents ever to resign. But he signed this legislation that took every single highway in the United States of America and made it so no speed limits could be over 55 miles per hour.
Ooh.
And one just swish of a pen, he made it so every interstate had a maximum speed limit of 55 miles per hour.
What was the point of that?
Because
Just
they
to say
thought
he could do it?
you're less efficient above that and you're burning less gas below that. So it was like, this is going to ease the gas shortage and the gas crisis by making it so nobody could go over 55. I'm going to take a wild guess, but I would say, is that the inspiration for Can't Drive 55? Because just seems like that makes sense. The Van Halen song?
I think it also
don't know.
just rhymes.
But they said the 55 mile per hour limit was effectively phased out in 1987. So for 13 years, you could only go 55 on highways.
Oh my gosh, no. The inspiration for I Can't Drive 55 is so much more obvious.
What is it?
Hagar got a speeding ticket.
Oh, for driving for
the 55 mile an hour.
Yeah. The 55 mile an hour limit was phased out in 87. Federal speed limits were abolished in 1995. But could you imagine if Biden came forward today and he was like, you're all driving too fast out there.
Man.
You know, you're all way too fast. We're going to make the speed limit 45. Or let's just go with what it was, 55.
God, Sean, that means you'd be going 30.
No, I would continue to drive as safe as I do now, but I think that people would freak out if you changed that. If you said, we got a new law, because today's the day for a lot of new laws out there. There's all kinds of stuff. We got that one here where if there's a car now on the side of the road with its flashers on, you have to move over a lane.
That's a great law, considering all the people that have been killed.
Exactly. That's why they did it. It's called the move over law.
We were already supposed to do that.
That's for
we do it. Yeah, we do it for law enforcement and like paramedics, ambulances, that kind of stuff. Now you're supposed to do it for anybody who has their hazards on, I believe. And quickly, ESPN is sorry. They're apologizing. It's our fault. We didn't mean to do it. They went live to Bourbon Street during the Sugar Bowl.
Why would anyone do that?
One woman said, I'll take that challenge, and flopped out a boob live on the broadcast.
I love bread.
It was only one boob. She didn't get both of them out there.
Weird.
She just
Wasn't it
flopped one
cold,
of those
though? That's
suckers
kind
out.
of hard to do if you have
It was
layers on.
Chilly-ish out there, and she popped one out, and they go, ah!
If you think about it, Janet Jackson was only one boob, and look at all the trouble that caused.
That's very true. All right, quick break. When we come back, we've got jury duty. I want to get into this story that is blowing my mind that we must figure out more about this ransom for a teenage son. The details are incredible, and they're coming up next on the News Junkie.
Sure, you could call your family, but then they'll start calling you all the time. Instead, just say, Alexa, play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
Hey, this is Lincoln Kennedy, 3-time Pro Bowler. Here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Mercedes-Benz.
It's time to start worrying about Philadelphia. I was wrong. Who are the Eagles? What is their identity outside of the tush push? Their defense has somehow fallen off a cliff. Where's the pass rush gone? Can we even trust them in the playoffs? A single game at this point. After losing his top 2 assistants, Nick Sirianni now has the biggest challenge ahead of him. And I'm not sure where they're going. I'm Colin Cowherd.
The Mercedes-Benz Holiday Love Celebration is here with incredible offers on exceptional vehicles you're bound to love, like the EQB C-Class or the EQE SUV. Find an exclusive offer on a vehicle you'll adore now through January 2nd. Learn more at MBUSA.com/special offers.
Welcome back. All right, Jimmy, our Army veteran, for $400. Are you ready to answer the next question?
Actually, I'm good.
Huh?
Well, I already earn and save $473 a year on average with Navy Federal Credit Union. So, yeah.
All members of the armed forces, all veterans, and their families can earn and save more every year with a Navy Federal membership. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Insured by NCUA. Dollar value based on the 2022 Navy Federal Member Giveback Study.
I have diabetes. I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I have asthma. I'm at risk, too.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Pay doctor per trail.
Life can be so unpredictable. After losing my dad, it made me think about my family if something were to happen to me. I had heard about life insurance through Ethos and how easy it was to get coverage. They were right. In 10 minutes, I was covered. And boom, family protected.
Ethos fast and easy online term life insurance up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZQuil.
ZQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZQuil nights. Explore our products at ZQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
This is Jeff Kaufman from the Injury Law Firm of Kaufman Lind and the Under Oath podcast. You listen to a lot of attorney commercials, normally concerning the qualifications of that firm, that they will fight for you, that they don't get paid unless you get paid. Instead of doing a commercial, I'm just going to give you some free advice. If you get into a car accident, make sure you receive medical treatment from a doctor within 14 days. If not, the insurance companies can hold you responsible for the first $10,000 of your medical treatment. It's not if, but when you get into an accident. I'm attorney Jeff Kaufman. Contact me at whenyouneedus.com or dial #546.
Hosted by true crime author and killer storyteller Mary Kay McBrayer, the new podcast, The Greatest True Crime Stories Ever Told, delivers riveting narratives about killers, scammers, journalists, and Avengers. Drawing from years of research, this podcast redefines true crime, breaking free from stereotypes.
She provided investigators in Mountain City, Tennessee, with exactly the evidence they needed to take 4 murderers to court.
Listen to The Greatest True Crime Stories Ever Told on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
You made it through the holidays. Now it's time to figure out if that constant sniffle is a cold or allergies. Aspire Allergy and Sinus can help. I know, you're busy. Who has time to get an allergy test and go in for weekly allergy shots? At Aspire, we make it easy by providing same-day results and a treatment plan tailored just for you. Forget the over-the-counter meds. Aspire has solutions that actually work, so you can say goodbye to allergies for good. Go to AspireAllergy.com to schedule your appointment. That's AspireAllergy.com.
$5 finger-licking deals are at your local Kentucky Fried Chicken. Choose from 3 delicious options: a 2-piece meal with a wing, breast, and buttery biscuit, a famous bowl, or a savory chicken pot pie. Only available at select participating locations. Tax extra. It's finger-licking good.
Car crash? Call Klausman. KlausmanLaw.com. KLAUSMAN.
Enjoy the Twitter experience without the musk at Real Radio 1041 on Threads. Powered by Anajar Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. Join in on the chaos. We eagerly await your dispatch. This
First, quick thank you to a ton of folks who subscribe to the Uncensored Secret shows over the break. You can learn more about that at thenewsjunkie.com. Thank you to Lacey over at UCF. Very much appreciated. Awa828, Pamela Boss, let's see. Nathan Rojas, thank you for signing up for Secret Shows. Nutbuster78, appreciate you.
All right.
Welcome on board. Tom359, Hope Binger, that Max Turner, and ETAM10, as well as a bunch of others that I did not print out. Thank you for joining. Thank you for subscribing to the Uncensored Secret Shows over at thenewsjunkie.com. You too can get in on that. Go over there and check it out now. Before we get into jury duty, there are some more of these laws that are pushing through across the United States of America today. In Texas, they pushed through a ban on DEI. This is part of a big pushback on this kind of stuff at colleges, and that's diversity, equity, and inclusion offices in Texas. They say they must comply with a newly signed state law banning those across Texas's public colleges. In California, they are now officially mandating gender-neutral toy aisles for large retailers. And this doesn't even make any sense to me. They said the blue state became the first in the nation in 2021 to adopt such a law that requires them to have like a gender-neutral toy section. It says the law states that retail stores with 500 or more workers must sell toys and childcare products, excluding clothes, in a gender-neutral section that's labeled at the discretion of the retailer, regardless of whether they have been traditionally marketed for either girls or boys. But then it says retailers can continue to offer other toys and childcare goods that are traditionally marketed toward specifically girls or boys. I don't understand how that works or plays out, but they fixed it. They got it all fixed over there in California. In, where is this? Somebody got lucky. Number of states, including Montana and Nevada, are allowing people access to an extended supply of birth control because that's a stupid thing that happens. In a lot of states, they limit the amount of birth control that they can give you supply to. In fact, they do this with many drugs, but the least of which you'd have to worry about is birth control. There's no other drug that I can think of that more people are on, so you have a huge just database of information about side effects and what happens when you take birth control, yet people are required to go back and re-up their prescriptions, and they've stretched that out a little bit longer. In Illinois, they have banned book bans, which is exciting. That shows you that's where we're at now. We're banning the book bans in some states, and that's what they've done in Illinois. They're the first state to pass that law. An increased minimum wage in 22 different states as of January 1st, and stricter gun legislation in Michigan, they say, and in Minnesota. Drivers can now opt for popular blackout license plates. Other new designs celebrate professional sports. Yeah, blackout license plates.
How is that going to work for law enforcement?
It seems bad. It doesn't seem like a great idea, but that's what they say. Drivers can now.
Is it possible that the way they scan the license plates is more of a contour scan than a like a picture?
See what you can find out. See, like, look up Minnesota blackout license plates because it doesn't say anything more about it. It just, like, I'm picturing that the whole thing is black, obviously, a blackout license plate.
So it's, maybe some sort of infrared that just cops have. But, we have these moments, and I've asked this question before. People post a picture or something, and they make sure to scratch out the license plate. And it's like, or if someone accidentally posts with the license plate in there, you're like, come on, man. What do? You can't Google someone's license and then all of a sudden get their information. Like, still need the system access.
I never understood that. And even if it's what you were just saying, Sabrina, as we figured this out, if it's just like you can't see it, but people can scan it, that's bad too, because what if somebody witnesses a crime?
Yeah. No, this is just a black license plate with white lettering.
Oh.
Meaning there's no design, there's no like
should have Googled that before we got in the discussion, huh?
Okay. So it's just jet black and then the letters and numbers are white?
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Right. Well, you could still see it then. That's fine. As long as they are doing that. I wouldn't call it a blackout. Well, I guess it kind of works. All right, here we go. Wait till you hear this story that's coming up next. Let's get into it. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass. You're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
It's hilarious when you read all the new laws that are going across in a day like today, that there's so much of it targeted at useless stuff like the culture war stuff. We're banning book bans. We've got gender neutral toy aisles now. And we're doing DEI is ending at public schools in Texas. And it's like,
election year, baby. Woo.
Why didn't we do something that actually would have an impact on things? I had that opportunity, but you folks keep voting for these losers. You keep voting for these idiots. You deserve it, I guess. All right, jury duty brought to you by the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. 866-CALL-MO, 866-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. If you're in an accident, there's lots of people out there that will swear they're the best to help you, but only one Mo. Mo is going to listen to you, hear you out, and fight against those insurance companies. So make the smart move. 866-CALL-MO or go to justcallmo.com. This is an insane story. They say an exchange student in Utah, right? This was Kai Zhuang, Z-H-U-A-N-G, who was over here to go to school. Kai is 17 years old, and Kai was approached by some scammers. Now, have you ever heard of cyber kidnapping? Because today is my day.
No, but
Never
I mean,
heard of this.
Is it what it sounds like, or is there more of a definition?
Kind of.
Like, is it a fake kidnapping,
Well,
or they've taken over all of like your social media or something?
Here's what happens. Some people approached, and they usually approach like Chinese foreign exchange students. They contacted this guy, Kai, and they said, we need you to go out and live in a tent. And it's snowing in Utah, right? And they're like, you better get out there, otherwise we're going to do something to your parents. Get out there and start staying and living and sleeping in a tent outside in Utah. If you don't do it, we're going to harm your parents. And so Kai's like, I don't want my parents to get harmed. And he goes and he gets a tent, and he's in his tent, and he takes a photograph. Now the scammers say, we've kidnapped your son. Here he is in a tent outside in the snow. And if you don't send us money, we're going to do something to him. And the parents go, oh, my God, we can't let this happen. And the parents paid $80,000 as a ransom for this young guy that was never kidnapped to begin with. It says authorities said Zhuang was a victim of cyber kidnapping, a ploy to convince families to pay a ransom over a kidnapping that never happened. Scammers often target Chinese foreign exchange students who are contacted via FaceTime or Skype and told to follow instructions or risk their families being threatened. These students are ordered to isolate themselves and send photos depicting themselves as captives. The criminals then send the photos to the victim's family with a ransom note, and they pay up. And
Is the point to avoid actual kidnapping to lessen your charges? Like
Not
you're
even that.
You're still trying to get some ransom, but you're technically haven't kidnapped anybody?
Well, not even that, but they can't physically do it. These people aren't in America. They're not in Utah.
Oh.
So from across the world, they're able to kidnap, in air quotes, somebody, send the photo to their parents, and they're like, scamming on both sides.
Gotcha.
Which is crazy to think about. Okay, let's work in some. Oh, I wanted to play this from earlier. I teased this. Tell me this is not like the most dystopian thing you've seen in a very long time. This is Paris, I believe. And it's the New Year's Eve countdown. I'm not sure how many of these people were as disappointed and surprised as I was. I said, obviously, if you're in Paris for New Year's Eve, they're going to have a celebration at the Eiffel Tower. I mean,
Look
that's kind
at
of
all the damn phones, man.
That's what it is, right? So they don't do anything at the Eiffel Tower for New Year's Eve. They do it over here at the Arc de Triomphe. And every single person has their cell phone out and is recording this. Nobody is in the moment. Nobody. They're all recording this. Look at it. Look at all of those phones. 3, 2, 1. Everybody is on their cell phone.
Seeing video, they'll never.
Yep, they'll never watch this again.
Filming video, they'll never watch again.
They will never, ever, ever watch this again. All of those phones, that's this world that we're living in. And we're a
of
little
all
bit
the
lost.
shots that you got, Sean, you got the guy all the way in the back.
Well,
there's 2,400 copies of this video, and you got the guy that paid the cheapest seats.
Behind the selfie stick.
This one does illustrate the actual problem going on. It's over on See It Now. Check it out. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and go to the See It Now section so you can see this obvious visual. And man, I guess it's what people do. If you were in this crowd, would you have your phone up recording?
No.
I don't know if you guys would.
I gave up on that a while ago. Truly.
Yeah.
I mean, there are some concerts that I'll just do like the one pick, but or maybe, some intro, but beyond that, I'll grab the footage if I need to from the internet.
Yeah, I think that's totally normal. There's nothing weird about taking one snapshot or taking a short video of like one part of the concert. But when everybody has all of their phones out,
it's awful.
That's weird. Everybody's experiencing this through staring at the screen on their phone. Everybody's getting the same video Oh, it's weird. It's just very strange. Check it out. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com. Look at that in the See It Now section over there. We're going to get to more of your dispatches. Those are piling up here. I want to talk about something that was said on Fox not that long ago. They're still reacting to they're shocked. They're stunned that Green Day is not a Republican band. They are very, very put off by this, and they're reacting in real time. I'll show you what some of these folks have said. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Your 30 seconds of airtime awaits. The Talkback feature on the free iHeartRadio app. Follow Real Radio 104.1, tap the microphone, and speak.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Authorities are clearing up an accident causing delays eastbound and westbound on Colonial Drive. At Park Avenue, the right turn lane and left turn lane is blocked. Heavy delays northbound on Florida's Turnpike due to an accident between County Road 470 and I-75. You could expect delays on I-4 eastbound between US 192 and after State Road 535. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Stand Up to Cancer.
Joe Buck and John Smoltz welcoming you back to the City Center Convenience Mart. Uh-oh. She's looking at the cigarettes, but she just grabs the gum off the counter. Stand Up to Cancer and Rally want you to reduce your risk for cancer. Go to takeahealthystand.org.
Oh, this cold.
Honey?
Honey?
Honey, you need DayQuil Severe Honey.
DayQuil Severe Honey gives you powerful cold and flu symptom relief with a honeylicious taste, because life doesn't stop for a cold.
Okay, I'm ready to go.
Now I'm getting a cold.
Honey.
Try DayQuil Severe Honey for powerful cold and flu relief. DayQuil Severe with honey flavor. The daytime coughing, aching, stuffy head, fever, honeylicious, power through your day medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
As a military dad, I'll admit my first deployment didn't go great for my kids. I wasn't ready. So every time I'm gone, I just focus on doing small things better. I schedule video calls during their dinner so we can still eat together. I read books they're reading so we can talk about them. I send them an email every day. It just takes a little effort. But it's worth it, guys.
Dads, duty matters in and out of uniform. So choose to be a father first, today.
It's hot. We all know that. Have you noticed your power bill is skyrocketing? The current cost of energy is the highest it's ever been, and it's probably going to just keep getting higher. Solar Source can change that for you. I recently took the plunge with Solar Source with my pool heater, and man, it's been a game changer. I love working with Solar Source. Solar Source has nearly 40 years in the business. They bring the power of the sun to over 6,000 Central Florida homes since 1984. Mine and my mom's and my sister's included. Solar Source makes it easy with a free estimate. Monster listeners, they have an online tool that lets you get your own solar estimate in just 30 seconds. No pressure, no salesman, just the facts. You can harness your own power and stop wasting thousands of dollars every year renting your electricity at higher and higher prices. Visit solarsource.com/monsters and see how easy it is to get your instant hassle-free quote. Solar Source, the most trusted name in solar. solarsource.com/monsters.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, a Pfizer vaccine.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Maybe you've heard about semaglutide, the new FDA-approved drug helping people lose weight like crazy without strict dieting. But here's what you might not know. Red Mountain Weight Loss has full-strength semaglutide in their newest medication called Revelex. It's specially formulated to give you full-strength semaglutide without side effects. So with Revelex, you'll lose up to 15 pounds a month without stomach pain or nausea. And it's not a shot. It's a tablet. So you can skip the weekly trips to the doctor's office. But here's the best part. Revelex costs about half of what you'll pay for other semaglutide medications. That's right. I said half the price. So why go anywhere else? At Red Mountain, you get no shots, no side effects, just results. And for half the price, trust the leader in medical weight loss. Red Mountain Weight Loss has helped millions of people lose weight safely, and they can help you too. Just go to redmountainweightloss.com. That's redmountainweightloss.com.
Attention, our friends from Guarantee Media are giving away 4 days in Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico with hotel and airfare included for only $99 to the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551. It's only for the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551. They give you up to a year and a half to travel, but you must be one of the first 50 to text MUSIC to 96551. Grab your phone and text the word MUSIC to 96551 for your chance to get 4 days in Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico with hotel and airfare included for only $99. That's MUSIC to 96551. You heard right. Be one of the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551 and get 4 days in Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico with hotel and airfare included for only $99. But you must be one of the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551. Text the word MUSIC to 96551 for your chance to go on vacation to Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico.
Hi, this is Earl Ron. New South makes windows that are both energy efficient and hurricane resistant. New South is the factory and eliminates the middleman. New South windows are made in Florida for Florida homes by Florida workers because we know Florida weather.
For every 2 windows you buy, get the third free. Visit newsouthwindow.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ziprecruiter.com/free. That's ziprecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Heard of the job? Dial pound 529 on your cell. Pound law, that's all.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because your case matters. Contact them at whenyounitus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. They're best friends. Unless they're fighting. Are they fighting? It's the...
But it's good to see you in 2024. Now, the thing is, there's no worse day than today, honestly. I don't mean to bring anybody down here, but today's the day when we're staring down the longest barrel, looking at how many days we have off until we get that break once more. That's it's going to be some time right there. And also, we've got Christmas behind us now. Sometimes people get in a funk this time of year because you don't have as much to look forward to. But don't worry, it's going to be a wild ride around here on this show over the course of 2024. We have in, I think, like a matter of weeks, I think 3 weeks is where voting actually starts for the Republican primaries in Iowa and some of the other states. So that's when that will get fired off. Basically, we'll figure out who's going to go against old man Biden there. And then whatever explosions happen after that, I mean, look, you can't control it that much. There's not a lot you can do. So you might as well sit back and watch the action. And we'll try to find the funny in it, find the crazy in it.
We'll find the funny for sure.
We'll figure out what the hell's happening together by hanging out with us here on the show in 2024. If you missed it earlier, I said the app, the News Junkie app, is RIP. It is no longer available in the app stores. I took it down. If you have it, you can use it for a while, maybe the next 3 months or so.
If you want a copy of it to sideload, I'll be doing some of that.
I'm gonna start hawking that out there.
Yeah,
you can still go and do everything you need to do on thenewsjunkie.com. That's where I want you to move things over to. So if you've never done anything, go create an account. If you mainly use the app, just go log in with your details over at thenewsjunkie.com. You can send dispatches there. You can comment on other people's dispatches.
Or download C-Lane's Dispatcher Deluxe.
Oh, yeah.
Some people were asking about different features for the website. One thing was, if you're a Secret Show subscriber, being able to download the show. That's coming very, very soon. I already have the development team working on an update for the website. And that's how we'll move going forward, because it's not like, okay, we have to update the website and all the technology behind the scenes. Okay, now we have to update the iPhone app and the Android app. It goes on forever. You have to do it for a million different screens. Just to do the next update alone would have been about $50,000, okay? This is something I've put over 6 figures into for a very long time. I'd rather have more control over that technology. Break free from the gates of Apple, who takes a percentage of Secret Show's subscriber money, and Google, who has decided to do the exact same thing. So even though there's not a complete monopoly, it's a duopoly. But the duopoly is 2 companies doing the same damn thing and screwing people out of money and controlling what you can and can't do with your website and app. So screw that. I think that right now the move is to have everybody migrate over. You got a couple of months to get used to it at thenewsjunkie.com, and I'd love to see you do that. We'll hear from some people who have sent in those dispatches. As far as Just Okay, we're going to tomorrow on the show, maybe right after Fritz on the Street. Well, I think we can announce the date. We're locked in on the date, right? I believe we're contract signed and good to go on the date for the next Just Okay.
I'll double check with Boss Man, but I feel confident that we can announce it.
There's been so many emails that I forget, but I think in one of the email chain, it was like, locked in, good to go, have a great holiday break. And so tomorrow on the show, we're going to tell you more about the big event, what's going down, what you can expect, how it's going to be different and bigger and better than ever this year, and all the details about Just Okay 8. For you folks who are listening in West Palm Beach, on the Treasure Coast, who are listening in Rochester, who are listening in Dallas, who are listening in any other place where you can get this show, or podcasters or streamers, iHeartRadio, from some other place, I want you to have enough time to come visit us for this, because this is an event where we can all party together. We're going to hang out. We're going to have an absolute blast and put on a show that I think will leave everybody with a smile on their face.
Floor.
Yeah,
and then smile.
And back again, not just one jaw drop. We want to do that over and over to you for Just Okay 8. So details on that coming up tomorrow on the show right after Fritz on the Street. That should be exciting. Meanwhile, be careful out there, friends. There are some people where if you piss them off, you mess with the wrong guy's wife, there'll be hell to pay. And that's what happened in High Point, North Carolina. They said a High Point, North Carolina pastor was arrested after allegedly attacking a McDonald's cook who works with his wife. Here's what went down. The High Point Police Department, did you see this story?
I saw the headline.
It says Dwayne Wadden, 57, got a call from his wife, and it was on December 28th that said employees were disrespecting her while she was training to be a manager at the McDonald's. He said, they're disrespecting you? And she says, yes. And he says, I'll be right there. Wadden showed up to the restaurant and walked around the counter. He then reportedly put his hands around the neck of one of the coworkers, like Homer choking Bart. Police say he then started punching the victim in the face multiple times and pushing his head down toward one of the deep fryers. He was going to deep fry this gentleman. Imagine of all the ways to die. Oh,
Or if you don't die
That's,
and
that's exactly my worry there.
and you spend months, like they have to take out the little bit, like those little bit of fries that stay in there for a while.
Oh,
Chicken
man.
nuggets. You'd smell like
Yeah.
that forever.
That is not going to be good. They said other employees pulled Wadden off the 34-year-old victim who had a family member drive him to the hospital. They said he suffered a large contusion on his forehead and right eye, as well as scratches on his neck. First responders were called to the scene. They saw the security footage and arrested him for assault and battery.
I would love to hear how he explains this to the clergy.
Yeah, that is going to be one that I don't know. They let him stay around for worse, don't they? Sometimes these pastors and priests, they can stay on for worse things. So maybe this is not a game ender for him. Okay, let's see what we got here. Let's work in a couple of dispatches since I've been bad about that today. Oh, I promised this Fox moment, so let me give you this. They're talking about how they've discovered that Green Day is not a Republican band. And
What does this world come to?
in their New Year's Eve performance of the song American Idiot, which, I mean, it seems like they were showing you their true colors. They were showing you what they were after there. But they said something about the MAGA agenda, and that upset some Trump fans. And these Trump fans were like, Green Day, how could you do this?
Good
to us?
riddance.
We thought that you were going to be on our side here. And now they're talking about this over on Fox Business. Here they are.
Targeting MAGA supporters.
Right, and I think that it's imperative that we start to define what they mean when they say MAGA agenda. What does that actually mean? What does that look like? Does that mean lower crime? Does that mean actually secure borders? Does that mean a better economy? Because why would you, maybe he is raging against the machine if that's what he's actually asking for.
Yeah, well, I mean, and
She's saying...
No, he's not. He's Green Daying.
Yeah.
I love how her idea is actually what he meant by that. Billy Joe Armstrong was talking about how he wanted open borders. It's like, what? No. Do you think maybe he's just like, he's a leftist musician, like almost all of them, and he's like, I hate this MAGA stuff? Because that's probably what happened here. That's probably what went into this. And this should be a surprise to zero people.
Also, the song's been around forever.
The original song was actually a post 9/11 song because the band at the time was upset about what was happening overseas in the Iraq War and all that. But you know, that's probably their biggest hit, right?
Yeah.
But now
No,
you
it's
change
not.
it to just.
Yeah, it's definitely not their biggest hit.
No.
On these shows, you could just say stuff, and it just is. You're like, well, it's obvious. It became Green Day's biggest hit to date. No one ever
Grandpa's
had a
going to be
bigger
like,
song.
this came out when I was 75, and things have really not changed.
Oh,
He's
God.
napping. Not on
Yeah.
this panel, please.
They did the whole, people are so sick of being preached out about politics from rock bands. Stick to what you're good at. You're not a political analyst. You're probably not really well read on the issues that Americans really care about. They said. So it's like everybody trigger. It's the smallest thing. Like, I feel like Billy Joe Armstrong has done a lot worse than this that would have triggered people over the years. But maybe they didn't catch on until just this. It's so strange to me. And
Wasn't
I
the
think
whole Broadway play anti-establishment? Or
wait, Green Day had I don't even remember
they
them having a Broadway play.
Yeah, 21 Guns, I thought it was called.
Really? I remember that song. Okay, so they did like everything they've done has been this. They're a punk band. Do you think there's a punk band out there that's like, yeah, our next song's coming up in just a moment here, but while we clear out the circle pit, we wanted you to know that Trump 2024, baby, we want you to vote for Big Daddy Trump because that's who we want to make America great again. This is not happening outside of maybe a handful of bands like I mentioned earlier. And this doesn't say anything good or bad about any of these bands. Just don't get your political, don't feel like you need affirmation politically from bands or artists or anybody else. Decide what you think about what's happening in the world or what's happening on different political topics and use that to guide you through the world. You can't go, oh my God, the Green Day guy disagrees with me. I'm pretty sure if I wanted to know how to write a hit song, the person I would go to might be Billy Joe Armstrong, right? Might be him. He knows a lot about making songs that are hits, including their most famous song ever, American Idiot, according to Fox Business. If I wanted to learn about what was going on in Gaza with Israel, it wouldn't be somebody that I rang up. I wouldn't go, hey, let me see what the Billy Joe Armstrong has to say about this. He wouldn't be my source on that.
Most importantly, though, if you are going to talk to him, make sure it's before August 31st.
Yes, he gets upset there right around that time of year.
He takes a long nap.
Uh-huh.
And then it's until after September.
Yeah, I remember the whole thing. I remember that.
See, it's one of his songs is "Wake Me Up When September
It's
Ends."
actually his most popular song. It's his biggest hit.
Is that
no,
really?
it's not.
Yeah.
You know what? My guess would be biggest Green Day hit. I
When
think
I
you guys
Come
will
Around.
disagree. No. I think you guys
Good
might disagree.
Riddance.
Good Riddance, Time of Your Life.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Because remember when that came out, it was unavoidable for so long.
Not only was it unavoidable, and I don't know, I think that there have been people that have kind of cited this as one of the reasons for its popularity, but they picked it for the penultimate episode of Seinfeld, like the clips, the clip special that aired right before the very last Seinfeld aired. And that was big. You know how millions and millions of people watching that.
That was the first song I learned on guitar, and then I couldn't learn anything else for like a year that I hated it.
So you had to just keep playing that over and over.
And then finally I learned something else or had to read tabs, but that one just it sends a shrill down my spine.
A question for you, because I know, was it for Christmas that you went to Miami to see your family?
Yes.
Did you, because I know this was a touch point for a little bit of time, did you get to sleep in your childhood bedroom?
No.
Or, so you're permanently ousted from your childhood bedroom?
Yeah, my sister lives there now. And
She stayed there like full time? Yeah.
But here's what changed. Because my parents don't believe in air conditioning. They think cold is 76 degrees, which I think is absolutely bonkers. But my dad went and he put those like wall units, the one you have in your studio, Sean.
Yeah.
He put it in the other rooms. So Mama was sleeping in like 60 degrees every time. And it was a beautiful Christmas morning.
Was your girlfriend with you for Christmas?
Yeah, it went down. Mm-hmm.
Does your mom allow you to sleep in the same room with somebody?
Yeah, because we're adults.
Yeah, I mean, that doesn't always mean that that's how it goes.
Yeah,
I know some parents
we had to
that
sleep head to feet though.
I know some parents that would be like, "No,
she helped you out?
Way."
69.
So
I know how that works.
I remember, I had some cousins back in the day that I don't know if somebody specifically told them when they brought girlfriends to the family reunion they couldn't be in the same room, or if it was just kind of assumed that our grandparents were still alive. It was different. They might have just done it out of respect.
I don't think 10 years ago, maybe 10, 15 years ago, my mom would not be cool with it, but realizes now all our kids are over the age of 30. So
if my parents were still with us and I was staying at their house for the holidays, they would not want me sleeping in the same girl as whoever I brought, or in the same room.
Even if you've been together for almost 10 years?
They don't want you sleeping in the same girl. They want you to sleep with a different girl while you're visiting.
I chose the wrong words. They don't want me sleeping in the same room.
About to smash that door down.
Variety.
It would not have said it that way. All right, quick break. When we come back, we'll get to more of you. Plus, 41 different states have spent millions of dollars on one product to change things this year. What is it? It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Find Real Radio on X, because someone thought it was a brilliant idea to throw away a few billion in brand equity.
He's a genius.
Whatever you say. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Watch out for an accident causing delays on Colonial Drive eastbound and westbound at Park Avenue. Florida's Turnpike, there's bumper-to-bumper traffic due to an accident northbound between County Road 470 and I-75. Traveling on I-4 this afternoon, you could expect your regular delays eastbound before Sand Lake Road. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Think It Up. Think It Up is an initiative to activate student-powered, teacher-led learning projects. Students and teachers, how can you spark great learning experiences in your classrooms today? Join at thinkitup.org.
How do I, Dad? Here's something I do. I write a letter to my kids every month. Yep, I write a letter and send it to my own house. I'm pen pals with my own kids. I know it sounds silly, but they love it. I don't write anything crazy. Just tell them I love them, ask them questions, whatever. Normal stuff. But when it shows up in the mailbox, I'm super dad.
Write your kids letters or try something else. Just choose to be a father first today.
Monster Jam. as big as it gets. Coming to Camping World Stadium March 2nd. Brought to you by BKT Tires, Great Clips, Circle K, and your local Ford dealer. You have to see it live, so don't miss it. Lock in your seats today at monsterjam.com.
When you call me for an injury case, you don't pay a dime unless we win. The call and the advice are always free. Injured on the go, just call Mo. 866-CALL-MO. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorneys.
The number one cause of accidents is distracted driving, like cell phones, eating, and playing with the radio. So leave it right here on Real Radio. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
The Dunkin' Run is back, which means more bite for your buck. Because when you buy a medium or larger coffee, you can add a flavor-packed sausage, egg, and cheese for $3. Not craving a full meal? Then the $2 Bagel Minis are the perfect savory bites to snack on. And who can forget about the donuts? Whether it's filled, frosted, or glazed, get your favorite one for only $1. Get great deals on food when you buy a medium or larger coffee. Order ahead on the app. America runs on Dunkin'. Offer valid with the purchase of a medium or larger coffee. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer. Terms and exclusions apply.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ziprecruiter.com/free. That's ziprecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
A new year comes with new hope, new optimism. It's time to start fresh and look ahead. At International Diamond Center, we're excited to be a part of your special moments in the new year. We've expanded our selection for 2024. Our diamond inventory has never been better. All sizes, all shapes, real, natural, precious diamonds at the best direct importer prices. And it doesn't stop there. We're showcasing all the new styles and trends in engagement rings and fashion jewelry, inspired and created by the world's premier designers. No one has more fashion-forward jewelry than IDC. Plus, our Swiss watch collection is mind-blowing, with a fabulous selection of pristine pre-owned Rolex watches. So as you look ahead and plan for a new year, remember International Diamond Center, locally owned, internationally connected, with a staff of non-commissioned experts who will guide you every step of the way. Welcome to 2024. Let IDC help you celebrate what matters most in the new year: your love. International Diamond Center, 4 Orlando locations.
I'm Sarah Kustok, NBA analyst for the Brooklyn Nets, and my podcast, NBA Pulse with Sarah Kustok, is back.
The Denver Nuggets can finally call themselves NBA champions.
Every Monday and Friday, I'll be joined by a top NBA writer to discuss the biggest stories in the league. And we'll do it in about 15 minutes, so you can stay up to date and keep it moving. Check out NBA Pulse with Sarah Kustok on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Filling you in on the shocking details. Just try not to pass out. This
targeting there is going on. It just blows my mind. So we're in New Orleans over the break. Courtney and I were hanging out. We go to this place that was supposed to have some really good food. Tried it out. It was great, right? And then nearby we see, oh, there's like a little local grocery store over there. And this is in like the business district of New Orleans. So Courtney and I go in there, we walk around, and weirdly enough, some woman who works there comes over. She goes, "Can I help you with anything?" And we said, "No, we're just looking," which is a strange thing to say in a grocery store, but, you know, it wasn't our grocery store. We just wanted to see what...
It's also like, how often do you need help with anything in a grocery store?
Right. It's like a market. It's a smaller version of a grocery store. And we walk in there, we're like, oh, okay, this is cool. You know, this place is interesting. And we get out, and then we walked back to the hotel in the French Quarter. And the next day, Courtney is scrolling through Instagram on her phone, and she stops and she shows me her phone, and it's an ad for that market, that exact market that we went by. And I go, we didn't say the name of the market out loud. We never said anything. We didn't type in anything searching for this. We didn't do any of that.
Oh, you don't have to. Your location service is on.
Yeah, so 1,000% they're going, oh, this is where this person just walked. Let me throw up an ad for this thing because we know that they visited this place and then like left pretty quickly or something. And that level of ad targeting is insane to me. They don't need to know what you're searching for. They don't need to know what you're saying. Like, everybody thinks they're listening to the microphone and all these other conspiracies. They don't need to. They just see everywhere you go. And every place that you walk, they're like, yep, all right, we know exactly where they are. Let's serve them up some ads from this place.
Yeah, we will never get away from it. Maybe our great-great-grandchildren.
My
that's
God.
about it.
No, they'll have chips in their body by that point. They'll have the Neuralink 8.0 or whatever's out. But it's just stunning to me how much of that's going on. And almost everybody has that happen to them on the daily. But if you say that some, well, to go back to what Sabrina said earlier, if somebody posts a photo of your license plate online, you're like, whoa, don't put that information
That's so
out
messed
there.
up, man.
Bro, what are you doing? It's like, hang on. You know, there's a lot more of your data being sucked into the pipeline of the internet every single day.
Speaking of advertising, I have been noticing a particular company a lot more, and I noticed it on New Year's Eve, and I even Googled a couple years back to see if this was a new ad campaign or if they had had the spot for a while, because right underneath the ball drop was a big shiny logo for Kia.
All right.
And, which I've been noticing a lot more since shortly after we went off the air at the end of 2023, it was announced that our home basketball arena would be renamed to the Kia Center.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So now I just feel like I see Kia everywhere, but only because it's like front of mind because of the new name. But now I'm like, oh, there's Kia there. There's Kia there.
And I've only known it as Amway. And it was at that moment that I asked, like, oh, Amway's a business. What is Amway? What does Amway do?
Oh, it's like selling stuff. It's like Mary Kay, you know, when you have like a, I don't want to say pyramid scheme, but man, it's really screaming at me in my brain.
Well, the pyramid is grounded.
You have to be very careful about saying that. Yeah, that's done for. And the one that I always notice on New Year's Eve, and I think this started to pop up on my radar because of you want to talk about peak cringe. Remember the year where
there was nobody in
drop?
Times Square?
Yeah, they did like a socially distanced Times Square ball drop. And that is the first time that I personally remember seeing Planet Fitness as such a big sponsor.
And they've stuck
makes
around.
sense. Yeah, and now and there's always some like weird ass promotion that they have tied into these things.
And you gotta wonder if like who is controlling that. Like, first of all, who is Planet Fitness paying? Because are they paying? They're not paying the networks unless the networks are airing ads.
That is a great question.
Are they paying the city to allow them to pass out all these like promotional like costumes and flyers and stuff that has Planet Fitness on there? I mean, the year that they did the social distance New Year's, they had like wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube men, you know, in the street that were purple and yellow, the colors
To
of Planet
fill the
Fitness.
space, yeah.
But I mean, after that, like, what's to save some other, or what's to stop some other company from going down to where they're about to let all the people in their adult diapers so they could stand there all day and give them better swag with their own logo on it so they have more of a presence on TV when you're walking around?
I don't know how they regulate that. Like if Gold's Gym, I don't even know if that's a thing anymore. If they did that, it would Planet Fitness go, hell no, get rid of all those things. We paid. I don't know how that would work, but
I know that Gold's Gym is still a thing because I listened to Arnold Schwarzenegger on the Smartless podcast over the break.
Yeah.
And that guy, with all the money he has has a complete like gym setup of his own. He likes going to the gym. So he
Really?
like rides his bike to the gym and works out at the gym amongst other people.
Man.
And it's like, hey, can I work out with you? And you're
He's literally he's the absolute opposite of me. He's the opposite of me in every possible way. He not only wants to go to the gym, he wants it to be a public spectacle for him to be there to like socialize with other people.
Then do you get a workout in? Or are you forced to talk to Arnold while he's on the treadmill or what, insert other gym items here, because that's pretty much all
He's
I have.
lifting weights. He's doing the weights.
That's all you know is the treadmill in the gym?
Elliptical.
Damn, that's the other one I was going to say. I don't know any other ones. Isn't there a rowing machine?
Yep.
Yeah.
Rowing, and then there's the old bench.
Stairmaster.
Bench press.
Yeah. You know what the common debate in gyms is? People are upset about folks who film their workouts and like, stop filming at the gym. It's inappropriate for you to do. You shouldn't film. And I'm guessing, I have no idea.
If you're filming yourself, who cares?
Yeah, I wouldn't care.
The thing that would bother me is there a point at which you setting up your phone or a tripod or a ring light is taking up more time that I could be getting on whatever equipment that I'm now waiting longer for you to get done with your filming?
Well, that would be annoying.
But other than
was the
that,
case.
as long as like I'm not getting filmed, against my will, then okay, well, have at it.
I don't find it to be a big deal, but I feel very hesitant to weigh in on this since I am so distant from the gym life. I don't know if I'm allowed to comment on things that occur in the gym. I know that there are a lot of people who are like gymfluencers, if that's a thing, and they tend to want to videotape themselves for TikTok. And now people are complaining about that.
How far I am from it, it won't even pop up of my FYP.
No, nor on
Zero
my
gym
Instagram.
pics.
Yeah, it's just not. I'm not getting that anywhere either. All right, let's talk about what went down because this is a big deal. The investigation is ongoing. They say a deadly car crash outside a New Year's concert in Rochester is being investigated as domestic terrorism. The suspect allegedly left a suicide note. They said in that note there was some mention of perhaps some undiagnosed mental illnesses that this person had. He left behind a journal as well in his hotel room. The FBI's Joint Terrorism Task Force is investigating after two vehicles, one that had a bunch of gas canisters, crashed and plowed into the crowd outside this concert at the Kodak Center. I believe the name of the band that, I hope I don't screw this up. I believe the name of the band that was playing at the Kodak Center when this terrorist attack took place, the name of the band was Mo.
Yeah,
I think.
It's a jam band.
Is it?
It's a lowercase MOE with a dot at the end.
Yep, that's it. Yeah, MOE. That's the name of the band that was playing. And they obviously issued a statement because they were like, this is horrific. We can't believe that this happened. And they said revelers were walking on the crosswalk about 12:50 a.m. Monday when a Ford SUV slammed into a Mitsubishi Outlander that was leaving a nearby parking lot. The footage of the crash is all over the place. It sent vehicles through a group of pedestrians who were on the crosswalk. Two passengers in the Mitsubishi were killed, and the driver was taken to a hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The Ford's driver was also hospitalized with life-threatening injuries, according to the police chief. Three pedestrians who were struck were taken to a hospital, one with life-threatening injuries. Now they're talking to Avery. This is the gentleman, or not the gentleman, but the human being barely behind this attack to try to figure out what happened. Yes, he did die, I believe. Yeah, he died. His family's been interviewed by investigators. They believe he was bipolar, but he has not been diagnosed with this. And as I said, he left behind some information about what his motives were. Okay, I teased this, so let's get to it. I see. And schools in 41 states have
Sabrina, you look uncomfortable.
That was a bad joke.
I have worse.
Schools, and we're just getting started.
People were injured on the go outside of Mo.
Okay. Terrorism.
A surprisingly simple system to prevent kids from accessing their phones during class is gaining traction at schools across the U.S., and we've been talking about how this has been working well. It's bringing in millions of dollars for a company out of California called the Yondr, Y-O-N-D-R. They produce magnetically sealed fabric pouches to lock up phones or other devices. In the past 8 years, 41 states have spent $2.5 million to buy these packages or these pouches that you put the cell phones in. There's still some parents who are resistant to this, but most people seem to be on board with enough's enough. The kids don't need to be on their cell phone the whole time at school. They don't need to be on their cell phone. If they want to have their cell phone with them in silent mode and they want to maybe check something out during the breaks between classes, fine, but no cell phones whatsoever in class, or we lock them up in these cases. That is where things seem to be heading, and they should be headed to that direction as fast as possible. Over on CNN, we're learning that Claudine Gay has left the building. Professor Gay out. Professor Gay is out. She was the Harvard professor who was at that press conference where they would not say that calling for a genocide of Jews would get you banned from their school. And now she's the second president of a university who has been booted as a result of those comments. They tried to keep her on board there for a while, but there was all these different reports about how she had plagiarized a bunch of reports that she had done, a bunch of different things that she had turned in and had been part of her career. Her writings were plagiarized. And on CNN, they were talking about how she was fired, and the guy was like, this isn't plagiarism. And then he begins to exactly describe plagiarism. So here he is.
These plagiarism allegations where Claudine Gay has had to issue corrections, multiple corrections. Now, we should note that Claudine Gay has not been accused of stealing anyone's ideas in any of her writings. She's been accused of sort of more like copying other people's writings without attribution. So it's been more sloppy.
What's the difference between the two? She isn't accused of copying stuff. She's accused of just like copying stuff without attribution. She was a little bad about citing her sources, I guess. Well,
yeah,
that's
but
what plagiarism is.
Yeah, but I always thought, like, does that mean I could just copy paste the whole thing and then cite that as one big source? And there's my paper. Be cool.
That's the easiest way to the finish line, man. I think you just found a hack there. All right, here's what we're going to do. Quick break. When we come back, we're going to do the final dispatches. We'll do the stories that didn't make the cut. And we'll do Today I Learned to wrap everything up for our first show of 2024. And
easy peasy. Look, we already did it, guys.
Yeah.
There's one down.
High five.
How many more? How many more do we have to go?
I have not
200
done the
something.
calculations.
Yeah.
No, there's a lot because I just looked on the tidbit behind me in the studio, and it said how many days until Christmas. And oh, boy.
Maybe turn that particular widget off for a couple months.
Yeah.
I probably should.
We have like a Memorial Day or something, right?
It's just depressing. Yeah. Okay, we'll get to all those things. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
Deadly crashes involving marijuana have increased or decreased. No.
Have they increased or decreased?
Yeah,
No.
They said no.
The Jim Colbert Show, weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Hey, everybody. Good Tuesday to you. Jamie King, Fox 35 Storm Center. Want to update you on our Tuesday weather for the remainder of the day here in Central Florida. Sunny, cool conditions, low 60s. North winds at 5 to 15. For tonight, partly cloudy, colder, low mid-40s. Winds are light from the north at 5. Wednesday, 70 degrees with a rain chance late in the day through the overnight into early Thursday at about 50%. 65 Thursday, a wake-up temp in the mid-upper 50s. For Fox 35, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Jamie King.
This report is sponsored by Think It Up. Think It Up is an initiative to activate student-powered, teacher-led learning projects. Students and teachers, how can you spark great learning experiences in your classrooms today? Join at thinkitup.org.
For more information about contests on this station, go to realradio.fm/rules.
You made it through the holidays. Now it's time to figure out if that constant sniffle is a cold or allergies. Aspire Allergy and Sinus can help. I know, you're busy. Who has time to get an allergy test and go in for weekly allergy shots? At Aspire, we make it easy by providing same-day results and a treatment plan tailored just for you. Forget the over-the-counter meds. Aspire has solutions that actually work, so you can say goodbye to allergies for good. Go to aspireallergy.com to schedule your appointment. That's aspireallergy.com.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, a Pfizer vaccine.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Maybe you've heard about semaglutide, the new FDA-approved drug helping people lose weight like crazy without strict dieting. But here's what you might not know. Red Mountain Weight Loss has full-strength semaglutide in their newest medication called Revelex. It's specially formulated to give you full-strength semaglutide without side effects. So with Revelex, you'll lose up to 15 pounds a month without stomach pain or nausea. And it's not a shot, it's a tablet. So you can skip the weekly trips to the doctor's office. But here's the best part. Revelex costs about half of what you'll pay for other semaglutide medications. That's right. I said half the price. So why go anywhere else? At Red Mountain, you get no shots, no side effects, just results. And for half the price, trust the leader in medical weight loss. Red Mountain Weight Loss has helped millions of people lose weight safely, and they can help you too. Just go to redmountainweightloss.com. That's redmountainweightloss.com.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. I'm about to tell you a secret that'll make the insurance companies madder than a wet hen. Major insurance companies use a software called Colossus to tell them what the firm you hire is likely to settle your case for. Google it yourself. They know which law firms can lowball and take the last best offer, not us. Google our firm and see billions recovered from those very same insurance companies. They know who we are, and now you know it too. Morgan & Morgan.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Mecum Auctions. The world's largest collector car auction returns to Kissimmee, Florida, January 2nd to the 14th at Osceola Heritage Park. Featuring 4,000 muscle cars, Corvettes, customs, and more. Broadcast live on Motor Trend and Motor Trend Plus. From avid collectors to those new to the Mecum experience, we welcome everyone. Register to bid now at Mecum.com.
Hard Rock Bet presents Legal in Florida.
You can bet the game on Hard Rock Bet. No more betting inside your head. Now Hard Rock Bet is legal in Florida. Now Hard Rock Bet is legal in Florida. Legal in Florida. It's safe, it's legal. We'll repeat that it is legal. Top rated sportsbook and it's the only one that's legal.
Get a no-regret first bet up to $100 when you sign up now. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 and over and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
West 2 News, now here for you at 7 p.m. Because breaking news doesn't wait for the right time.
News never stops.
And that's why our team keeps going. We're adding more coverage of what matters most to Central Florida. The big stories that will have you talking. An accurate forecast you can depend on. Stuart Moore, Michelle Imperato, Tony Manalfi. West 2 News at 7 p.m. Local, live, late breaking.
In today's Marketers Report, Kate Cronin, Chief Brand Officer of Moderna, weighs in on the speed of audio production.
In this day and age, and particularly at Moderna, where we have new information coming out on a regular basis, being able to feed that information to the audio format makes being nimble and pivoting easy, and that's what I really like about it.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, influencers, insights, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Hey, Orlando. Looking for new ways to save? Verizon has your family covered. Get $800 in Verizon gift cards when you switch your family of 4. And get 4 new phones on us with Select Trade-In and Unlimited Ultimate. There's never been a better time to switch. But this offer won't last forever, so hurry in. Switch to the network America relies on. Get $800 in gift cards and get new phones for the whole family on us with Select Trade-In and Unlimited Ultimate. A better plan to save is Verizon. Visit your local Verizon store today. $999.99 device payment or full retail purchase with new smartphone line on unlimited ultimate plan required per phone. $200 Verizon e-gift card with port in per line. Less $1,000 trade-in/promo credit applied over 36 months. Promo credit ends if eligibility requirements are no longer met. 0% APR.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window, and we would like to manufacture and install your windows. Every single New South window is custom manufactured just for your home. Now you can buy 2 windows and get the third absolutely free.
Call 1-800-NEW-WINDOWS or visit newsouthwindow.com.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations waiting for you right now, like 70s Rock Ride, a commercial-free station featuring the best in 70s rock. Just search 70s Rock Ride and listen now on your free iHeartRadio app.
iHeartRadio.
Free never sounded so good.
Joe Buck and John Smoltz welcoming you back to the City Center Convenience Mart. Uh-oh. She's looking at the cigarettes, but she just grabs the gum off the counter. Stand Up to Cancer and Rally want you to reduce your risk for cancer. Go to takeahealthystand.org.
Radio 104.1.
When good things go bad, bad things make headlines. This is the
And today we're going to wrap everything up for a Tuesday.
I have an answer on the Planet Fitness question. And and it sounds very official. And this is because I imagine that the numbers involved here have a comma or two in them. Right. Because it says Planet Fitness pays Times Square Alliance and Countdown Entertainment, which is the subcommittee that organizes and oversees the entire idea of there being a countdown for New Year's Eve at Times Square in New York.
So it's the event that happens to be there as a backdrop
and
to the broadcast.
They were a stage sponsor, too, because I guess all the ABC acts, all the ones that were the Dick Clark, Ryan Seacrest kind of deal, were on the Planet Fitness stage.
Right.
And as far as your tag, why to cover up or scratch out the tag, somebody who thinks we're very smart and is very excited for our next year of shows. Definitely not a giant pussy who censors his own curse words when he texts in.
Says tell me what he said.
Says you don't post your tag online because people can print up a fake tag and say lost tag, and then they have your information doing all sorts of crimes with your tag on it.
Cool. They can do that just following you around as well, dummy. What a weird idea. So if you post the photo, then all the scammers are going to look at this photo posted by somebody else online.
For sure, instead of going out into the streets.
And just looking around and seeing all the other ones. The reason why it's kind of dopey to cover up your driver's or your license plate, rather, on your car is because you're covering up something that you're putting on display all day long, every day, in your driveway, all the time. And people generally think that it's like a privacy issue.
Yeah, it's on display all day, but for some reason, posting it on Reddit makes it, somehow vulnerable now.
Yeah, you violated that person. Oh, they're not fans? Whoever that was? There's a lot of cursing.
How is this S star still on the radio? I don't get it. Same F star stupid S star as last year, because you're already talking about dumb S star. I don't F star get it.
Doesn't that take more time to do that?
I think it does.
I think you have to press shift or something.
What's the area code for this person?
386, New Smyrna.
Okay, 386.
And thank you for listening.
This person,
glad to have you back.
I bet texts very frequently. I would like you to call the show tomorrow.
I'm not picking up the phone.
I'd like you to call the show tomorrow, and that way we could talk this out, because I want to see how.
Do you think he beeps out loud instead?
I would hope so. That'd be great if you. It was like what was it called, the V chip on South Park? The kids they couldn't say curse words anymore. They got censored. That would be great. Call tomorrow or send in a dispatch. No, I don't want the dispatch, because I really want to start working some calls back in, honestly.
Who's going to answer them?
You're going to have to answer the calls. The phones are right in front of you. You don't have to get anybody's name.
It got disconnected. It got moved out over the break.
You know what? Just put them on. Like, if we did this, here's what I would say. Just put everybody on hold automatically. And you say somebody's on line one, and then we'll go, hey, we don't have
Caller
to,
one.
What are you talking about? What's your name? Where are you from? Like, oh, that's stupid. That's useless. I don't think we need to do that. unless we start doing it and the calls are garbage, and it just doesn't work out for us. So let's do this. Mr. We don't have a name on this person.
Somebody labeled him Jerk. It wasn't me.
Mr. Jerk, I'd love to talk to you tomorrow, and we'll see how you sound on air. Just give me a call around 2 o'clock our time here. All right? So the beginning of the final hour of the show for our main market. Just give us a ring, and then we'll hash this out. We'll see how it goes for you, okay? I'm excited about that.
If not, we're going to call you because we have your phone number.
It's true. We got it right here. And imagine how upset you'll be if we share that online. Boy, that's way worse than the license plate.
He claims that his phone censors itself. But
right.
What kind of phone do you have? It's a Hello Kitty phone?
Yeah,
What phone censors
for
itself?
Babies.
Only thing mine does is F to duck, It does that one, but I thought they were getting rid of that. Okay, let's see here. Let's do the final dispatches. Somebody says we screwed up a date already in 2024. Uh-oh.
Sweet.
Hey, Sean, earlier you were talking about how you have yet to say 2023 by accident instead of 2024, which is great. However, I don't know which of y'all titles the YouTube stream.
Yeah.
But it currently says Monday live stream.
Does it? I changed it.
Minor weekday mix.
Or maybe I didn't. I don't know.
No big deal.
I'll fix that after the show. You're going to screw up at least one or two things the first day back. I think that's just inevitable. What else was I going to say? We don't have a lot of time left. Let's do the stories that didn't make the cut. And we are... Oh, this is brought to you by Nations Trucks, by the way. nationstrucks.com. Go get the truck of your dreams. There is a body lotion they are warning people not to use, just in case you have it. It's called Sol de Janeiro Delicia Drench Body Butter. Why not? Why shouldn't you use this? It turns out it's one of the best things ever at attracting giant spiders.
Oh. Why just giant spiders?
Wolf spiders. These big old wolf spiders love this stuff, and it's causing people to panic at least a little bit. All right, that's going to have to do it for today. Let's get the hell out of here. Here we go. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for a Tuesday, January 2nd, 2024. Got it. Today I Learned sponsored by J. David Tax Law. Peace of mind is only a click or a phone call away. Today I Learned this show right here. Full House. That's right, Full House. Elizabeth Olsen almost quit acting in 2004 due to the media attention surrounding her sister Mary-Kate's eating disorder at the time. She said it was all so gross and disgusting to see play out in public.
That's the younger one, right?
Yeah, that's the one. She's been in a bunch of stuff.
She's in,
WandaVision.
Yes, her.
Yeah, she's been very successful. And her sisters have made tons of money off all their businesses and stuff. Plus, of course, being on Full House.
You got it, dude.
Today I learned the longest running joke in the movie Airplane is that the jet has the sound of propeller engines. So I didn't even notice that until now, but whenever they're in the jet, they have a propeller spinning as opposed to a jet engine going. Today I learned this show right here.
That is Office.
The Office is correct. The most expensive single scene shot in the entire run of The Office was Jim and Pam's proposal scene. It cost $250,000 and lasted 52 seconds. They had to build a whole gas station for it, apparently.
The candles was Mike and Holly.
Damn it.
And finally, today I learned this band.
It's a beautiful day.
U2. That's right. U2 is correct. U2, the band, has performed only one show without the full band. Adam Clayton got so drunk the night before his show in Sydney, Australia, he couldn't go on stage. He was replaced by one of the band's technicians. Clayton felt so bad, he missed the show that he quit drinking afterwards. That was that. Hey, thank you. It's good to be back. Good to see both of you.
You too.
We got a whole year left to do this.
See what I did there?
Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We're back tomorrow, same time, same place. Missed any of the show? Go get the podcast at thenewsjunkie.com. We'll see you tomorrow, everybody.